on from a work perspective, not a personal one. And the only angle I could take back at Artie was diminishing his work as a professional. That was the only angle. I wasn't going to go beneath the belt. That wasn't my intent. My intent was like, hey, you keep knocking me. I'm breaking my ass every day. I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do. Where can I go? I could say, well, I think you sucked on Mad TV and you sucked on Beer League. Is that true? No. But it was to a certain degree, maybe. But that was the angle.
What is this?
Not
ridiculous, Sal. It's so phony.
It's not phony at all.
Yes, what is this?
See,
It's bullshit.
No, and that's the truth. And that's the
But that's why we didn't come in earlier, because no matter what we say, we can't defend ourselves.
You said all that stuff before I mentioned that you won a contest. Yes, you did.
Tell me when.
The stuff Howard just read.
That's what I said yesterday.
Yeah,
I did.
Then I said you won a contest reacting to that.
Right, but I didn't say all that. No, when they brought the wrap-up show.
That is true, because on the next page,
of course it's
several
true.
pages later, Artie said that.
Okay, but there was several things that Artie said beforehand, which triggered me to say that. Artie, do you mean how in anger I spoke improperly? And when you get mad, you say things that you don't mean, and you try to hurt people like you did to me.
Well, and I try to hurt you. Does anybody else in this room feel that I constantly bash their phone calls?
I don't think you constantly bash their phone calls. I think they are super sensitive to your criticism. And so every time it does happen, it's like in neon to them. And they don't forget from the last time. It just gets heaped on and heaped on, so that they are suffering. Every time they do something and you go, that's 5th grade, or why do you guys have to do that? They're like, Artie hates our work.
No,
but shouldn't the compliments I give them make just as big an impact?
They don't hear that. You know when you're in a comedy club and you see the one guy not laughing and you focus on him and everyone. Okay.
Right, and I said
we're offended. We get offended if Howard, Robin, Fred, if anybody like rags on our work, we get offended by them too. But at the time, they were asking us about you, Artie. We're not focusing on you. Robin has said bad things about our stuff too. Everybody has said bad things.
See, I own up to it. If I said it, it's okay.
The only problem I have with you guys is a lot of the gay stuff, but your phony phone call stuff is great.
Yeah,
thank you. That's awesome.
But Howard,
and we like the gay stuff.
Right. I was going to say Howard likes the gay stuff.
What does it matter what I think?
It matters because
But what do you care as long as I keep you employed?
Exactly.
Because
I like what you're doing.
Yeah, but you know what? We respect and love Artie just as much because he is a funny figure on the show. There's no denying it. And Artie does come to us off the air, so we do get mixed signals.
But that's what I couldn't understand, how you could be so vicious to Artie. And it's not only off the air. Artie has tried to be an advisor to you.
Right.
He's taken you under his wing.
Yep.
He's told you how he thinks you could extend your career beyond this show. He's been your advocate. How could you be attacking him?
Because lately, within the past month, I don't know what it is, like when Artie no longer returns phone calls. I know Artie's going through a lot. I'm not putting the blame on Artie.
Oh, you're calling him?
No.
You're
well,
bothering him.
No, probably. But Artie's in his own world. He's got his own issues, and I hope they work out. But like, we just feel like there's no communication, and the only time me and Richard hear something like Howard said, like the guy in the comedy club, we just hear the negatives, and we got to a point where, look, we'll just let Artie be, and and we were convinced that you just don't like us at all. And
I don't.
You guys are very paranoid back there, and maybe I should separate the two of you.
Right, because you're feeding each other.
I think the two of you are sitting back there day in and day out, and both of you, I don't think between the two of you have an IQ point higher than 90. I think you're sitting there and feeding each other a bunch of stuff. You're getting paranoid.
But that's not true.
Don't talk to each other anymore.
All we talk about is
so much weeing and all of.
But in other words, guys, you see what you're doing here is a very bad thing for the show. In other words, now you're forcing me to censor myself.
No, not at all.
Yes, you are, Sal. Like now I got to figure out what is going to offend you and what isn't going to offend you.
Nothing offends
me. And that's not.
But
Sal, clearly something offends you. That's why you're here.
Everything offends you.
Artie, I was
nothing offends me.
Yes.
Sal, that's not how the show operates.
Sal, you're the guy who got on the show by goofing relentlessly on Baba
Right.
Booey. And
they were goofs. But when you ever hear me talk about Gary's a producer, I'm the first guy to say that
he's horrible.
I say he's a great producer. I only say that once in a while.
You're just a flat-out
You say once in a while, Gary's a horrible
just
producer to get under his skin.
Right.
So accept that from Artie.
I can.
Sal, you've called me a shitty producer so many times I can't even count it.
All right, but have I called you a great producer?
No.
When asked,
has Artie called you a great comedy guy?
Yeah, from time to time.
And has Artie called you a shitty comedy guy?
Yeah.
She does the same thing you do.
I know.
Go back there and suck it up.
But about your
if
opinion.
I was a two-face, I'd say Beer League was good.
But nobody cares about your opinion, Sal. I don't care about.
I'm making my final statement.
He asked you as a joke.
I love you.
I hate your guts.
Is there anything we can say, Artie?
No, I don't like you guys. I'm honest. I'm not like you guys. I really don't like you.
Why don't
There's
you...
people I don't like in life, and you're two of them.
Has it always been like that, or just now?
Well, I mean, no, last couple of days. No. Go have another pussy powwow about it. Artie jabs at us. We don't think he's...
when you got mad at Howard. You've gotten mad at Howard.
Right, and then I went to him and said, listen, you know, I got to go on the wrap-up show and bitch about you for an hour and a half. And then...
Well, you did. You complained about it on the wrap-up show the day that he brought the chicken for you.
You don't see what's different about this, you idiot?
No.
It's like talking to an idiot.
It's not different. It's something that Howard did that upset you, and you've talked about it on the air.
Howard acted me and Howard acted the way you two are acting right now.
You know what I'll do, Artie, this week, and I will rewatch Beer League and give it a second. I promise you,
Sal,
I'll give it a second chance. I'll have some beer.
Sal, I want to tell you something. I don't like you on any level.
Okay,
and I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about Beer League.
Jeez.
I really don't. I really don't. You're a dummy.
Who pay tickets to see it.
A lot of them say they like it. Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're lying.
I don't know.
So
I will make a sincere attempt. I saw it in the
Sal, if
theater.
it wasn't for the
Nice
show,
job, Robin.
Sal, you will never work
envisioned
in
it
this
going.
business ever again after the show. Ever again.
But you know what?
Because you're a nothing.
But I'm
you're
on
a
this show.
nothingness.
But this is
yeah,
my...
but this show's going to go away, and you'll be a homeless asswipe.
Well, I'll be... that. I can deal with that.
You suck.
So, Artie, do I still get the Chelsea hotel room?
No, I'm sick of giving you guys handouts, too.
Artie, you want your Beer League DVD back?
No, Sal, I don't like you.
I know, you made that very clear. But
I don't like you at all.
Just
No, and if you come to me outside with this bullshit, I'm going to drop.
Oh my God!
Whoa, what are you doing,
All right,
Artie?
let's end this now.
That's enough. What happened? I missed it.
Maybe you should go.
Artie just nailed Sal with
What are you
something.
doing? Artie.
Artie, why would you do that?
Oh, what are you doing?
Go
What is
now.
that?
Go!
What?
Go!
Hey, Artie, easy.
Jesus.
Sal, holy cow! I feel bad for the guy. I mean, is it me? Did I go overboard?
No,
I did nothing.
What it was that set him off.
I said I'll rewatch Beer League with a case of beer, and he went crazy.
What are you doing? Art. Artie, what are you doing? What did you just do? I missed it. I'm here drawing pictures.
Wow.
What just happened?
I'm being real.
Did you throw some at him?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Come on, man.
Sal, I mean,
That's not
He
cool.
wanted him to shut up.
Howard, you know what? I don't care, man.
Yeah, but that's not cool, Art.
I don't care. Then fire me.
You want to
Then
be
fire me.
fired? Why do you have to wait? What just happened? You all right? You want to go sit down?
He's sitting.
What just happened? What just happened?
I'm telling you, I'm
I
dropping
missed it.
him if I see him.
No, you're not dropping him.
Then
Artie,
well, it's my life. I'll make my own decision.
Artie.
Sal was being a jerk again. So let's leave it at that. I thought he could control himself and just talk about how he feels.
He does not play well with others.
But he just couldn't do that.
No.
What set you off right there? I missed it.
I just can't. He's just a phony asswipe. I can't deal with him. I don't like phony people like that. It's gross. I can't be around them. I really can't. You want me to leave? I'll leave.
Nobody wants you to leave.
I don't want you to leave. I wasn't expecting you to leave. Do you want to leave?
We hired a stalker.
What are you saying?
We gave a stalker security
Clearance.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What happened? I missed it.
I threw two things at Sal.
What did you throw?
I threw a CD and I don't know. Whatever.
CD.
I couldn't see what the
What
other
are you,
one
odd
was.
job?
The other thing was like kind of cubic.
Yeah, I couldn't see
Let me
it.
see the evidence.
It was a good shot, though.
I got a good arm.
That's what it was.
You threw Xylene?
I don't know. I picked up whatever I could get.
CD.
A CD.
What's the xylene?
I don't know. It's a box.
Oh, God, I can't take
Fortunately, he threw something that wouldn't hurt him. But it could have been something
the
worse.
CD got him in the eye.
Wow. You were really keeping it real. I mean, what's going on here?
I mean, I don't know. I
know
probably
that you were
don't
gonna-
belong in this business. I never have. It always ends bad for me. I don't like a lot of people, and he's one of them.
You do like him, I feel.
I don't like him.
think this is just a thing that's going on
I don't
right
like
now.
him.
I didn't know you were taking this so seriously.
Well,
Yeah, I thought Artie was doing better with this than they were.
I did too, but he's not.
it's enough of him.
I'm putting an end to this.
All right.
You two will get along.
Oh,
You're going to have to learn to live with each other.
No, they'll get along just fine.
Well, that's what, I mean, we're talking. You learn
No
to
more
live with each
discussion
other.
about this.
This is done.
Now it is done. Now I'm stepping in. This was fun up until now. It was fun up until now. Now it's getting real. Thanks, Robin.
You know what?
Robin went out and talked to them.
That is the end of my career
I
as
have
a
to say-
diplomat.
Yeah, you're no Theta 7.
Robin set it in motion, but Sal is like this defective toy. He
Let me
keeps
tell you
aiming
something.
back towards the wall. He can't help himself.
Well,
What I
I'm gonna-
talked to them about in the studio back there when I went to had nothing. I was like, let's not even get into what you got into the other day because that was all set out of anger and it was stupid and it did nothing to help your position here. And when they told me how they really felt, I said, that's something you should say. They couldn't keep to that script.
No.
Know what happened? You just quit the show again?
No. He said if you want to fire him, he'll go.
Right.
Why do I always have to fire?
Well,
Why can't
I'm sure human resources
do you
will do it.
Do you want to leave?
If Sal's bleeding,
Do you
want
wanna leave the show?
I'm sure I might be. I get fired. No, Howard, I don't want to do any of the stupid shit I've done in my life, but it happens. All right.
I'm going to settle
I'm
this right now. I'm
self-destructive.
going to listen to me. Would you mind?
You know,
Listen to
it's
me.
no
Look
reflection
at
on
me. Look
you.
at me.
I love you. Maybe
Wait.
I'm not cut out for this shit.
Artie.
I should be loading trucks.
Artie, I'm going to bring Sal in here now, and I'm going to wire
Yeah,
this out.
bring him in.
I can't. You can't flip
sure?
out. You got to promise me you're not going to hit him.
Yeah. I'm not promising you nothing.
Well, then forget it.
And that's not a
Then
good-
I'm
I
not
think we
bringing him
need
in.
to
Right
give
now is
this
not a
some
good time.
time. See,
Yeah.
he
What
came
is
in
it,
in a
JD?
better
He's not
position.
bleeding.
All right. I could settle this in 2 seconds. I could make things better. You want me to make it better? Or not? Do you want me to or not?
Yeah, good. All
All
right.
right. Sal, get in here now.
Oh, shit.
And Artie, but you promise me you're not going to hit him with anything. If you're going to do that, I can't bring him in. All right. Bring in Sal. I will settle this. I'm going to make things better. All right. Sal, are you okay, first of all?
I'm totally fine, and I understand Artie's anger.
All right. What just
No, you
happened? No, whoa, 1 second here.
Don't
Just give him a
talk to each
chance.
other.
Don't talk. Let me handle this. Why was he? I don't even know what just happened. What just happened? What set him off?
I said I was sorry, and then I teased him again about beer league.
Okay.
No, it's not about beer league.
Right. He
Well,
feels-
that's
that was
not.
my-
It's about your phoniness.
All right,
It's
here's what I'm
about your
suggesting.
insane phoniness.
Here's
It's
what
not
I'm-
about beer league.
I don't. Artie, in Sal's defense, I
You're
don't think
so
it's,
stupid.
Artie, in Sal's defense, I don't think it's phoniness. I think it's he doesn't understand how to speak. All right? You hear what I'm saying? I think you're right in a sense when you call him stupid. He doesn't know how to patch things up. That's why he's having problems with his wife.
Well,
The man's under a lot
neither
of
do
stress.
I, clearly.
All right, well, wait a second. I'm
not
going to
saying-
get to you in a
I'm
minute.
not
I'm going to tell you
Mr.
about Sal.
Sophisticated either,
Sal's a
obviously,
little bit
though.
retarded.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you. I happen to believe he might even be retarded.
Not even a little bit, but really straight on
And Sal, I
retarded.
mean that as a compliment.
Because you're
Now-
high achieving.
You're a high-achieving
High
retard.
functioning.
Artie, I don't think the guy hates you at all.
I don't care if you hate.
No,
That's
let
it,
me- no,
Howard.
no, no,
We
no.
make it too big. I don't care about
I
him.
know you don't.
I just don't.
But I want to make it comfortable for you guys to work, and I'm just kidding
I'm
around.
comfortable. I have.
I don't work with
Sal.
him. He
You
don't
be
work with me.
quiet.
Okay.
Sal, here's the problem. You're rubbing the guy. You're digging him, and you're digging him, and you're digging him, and then he's going at you, and you're going back and forth at each other. I happen to know that you guys do like each other. I do know that. I know right now you don't, but up until a few days ago, Art, come on, I know you like the guy.
I've never liked him.
All right, you really never have liked him.
Never liked the guy. I thought he was a creep. When I said something about him on the air years ago, and our mutual friend Kamal said, "God, that guy Sal is crazy. He wants to kill you."
No.
And I was like, really? He goes,
Really?
Yeah, you better get on the phone. I
So you
never
really
heard a guy
never
so
liked him?
mad.
You never found anything-
And
is there
Kamal put me on the
anything-
phone with the guy, and when we hung up, I said, "Wow, that motherfucker's scary." And
aside
now
from
I'm
sca-
working with him.
But let me ask you something. Is there anything you like about him?
No,
Honest to God, nothing.
I don't like the kid.
You really don't?
I don't like him.
Wow.
It's just you never met
Well,
somebody
you're
you just don't
doing
like.
just as well as I did, Howard.
You
No,
never
I've
met
never-
somebody you just don't like.
That's true.
I don't like the guy. There's a lot of people like that in my life.
And this is not hungry, Artie, saying this. This is.
No, it's not
I know you're in a
hungry.
bad mood. You haven't had any cake or sugar,
No, no.
cupcakes,
Well, that's
various devil dogs.
That's aggravating, but
It is aggravating.
well, you know,
This is tough for you.
I'd like to eat.
Right. 33 past the hour. Sal. Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
Sal's crazy.
All right.
All right,
I
and-
like
and-
Sal, and I love you, and I love Sal.
I know you do.
I love all you guys that work
I'm
with
not
me.
asking you to choose any
All right,
sides
okay.
at all.
I want to
would
tell you
never
something.
do that.
I love you all. Artie, you're interested in working here, right?
You
Are
know,
you?
I
Or
don't
you
know
hate
what I'm
it?
interested
Do you
in.
hate
I don't know what
it?
I'm
When you get
interested
depressed,
This
I
is
know you
not a
hate it.
time to ask him this
All right,
question.
all right.
I hate
Artie,
work.
I'll ask
I don't
you
like
something.
work.
You don't like work.
I
This
hate
is too
work.
much for you?
This is the greatest job ever, but I don't
Okay.
like jobs.
Me too. I'm with you.
Right.
But as far as the job goes, this isn't so bad compared
It's
to
the greatest job of all time.
Thank you.
But I just don't like working.
All right, I'm with you.
I want to go somewhere and just be by myself.
Absolutely.
He's back to Italy.
What are we on?
Doesn't have to be Italy. It could be the Italian section of the Bronx.
Who knows? Could be your new house. You could be hanging out there for
I
a
don't
while.
know.
It would be very nice.
Are you envying Britney Spears' life at this point?
But again, it's probably maybe it's not even Sal's problem. It's my problem. I have a history of I got.
You're doing fine.
I got arrested. And
that was a past. You're doing much better.
I've never gotten the proper counseling.
All right, you're going to get it one day. All right, listen to me.
I don't. I'm not. I can't walk around halls in a big corporation for too long.
All right. I hear you. You're not a corporate guy.
No, I'm not enough. I'm not an anything guy.
All right, you're a guy who
has grow a beard.
Artie does what Artie's going to do.
No,
listen to me.
I'm not even saying that. I just don't.
You're not.
Maybe it's not Sal. Maybe it's probably me. What do you want me to tell you?
All right, maybe it is. So what I'm saying is, you two guys, listen to me. This will pass.
No.
Artie, trust me on this. All things change. I don't say you're going to love the guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying feelings will change. These are very angry feelings right now. This is an open sore. And you know how sometimes open sores heal? This is going to change. What I would suggest is, two of you give the weekend to cool down. Come back here next week. Let's not even bring this up next week.
Okay.
Let's make a pact.
Yeah, sure.
All right? We're going to make a pact.
All right.
We're going to go back. We're going to do the show. We're almost going to pretend that none of this happened. Sure, we'll know in the back of our minds it happened. Sal, I apologize to you. Nobody should have anything thrown at them.
That's fine. I understand.
My fault. If someone should leave, it should be me.
No.
That's true. Artie's right.
I crossed the line.
He crossed the line.
I did what AJ did in a sense.
If you're willing
He
to
didn't hit me.
All right, okay. That was
tried.
fortunate.
I was trying.
He tried to hit you, but
That's
his
all
arm
right.
isn't what it used to
But
be.
attempted murder is not murder, so.
You should be ashamed of yourself for missing. But all right, nevertheless,
Maybe you would have knocked some sense into
let's
me.
go back to all of us hating Scott next week.
Yes,
all right, and then
that's much more
never gave that
comfortable.
you never gave that up.
I never gave that.
No, here's what I'm suggesting. And next week I say we give this a rest.
It definitely got out of hand, and
Right.
I apologize to the whole show.
Fair enough.
Look, I apologize too. I didn't mean to throw something at somebody,
understand,
but
I
I don't. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go.
I didn't say
away.
it was going to go away. I said we don't need to bring it up next week.
These two started this.
We understand
We
that.
understand
Okay.
that. And I want to protect Artie.
Yep.
And I want to protect you guys.
All right. And if
I don't want Artie to come here and feel uncomfortable at work, and I don't want you guys feeling uncomfortable.
he shouldn't. You're right.
That's right.
I don't even want to hear you say a word.
What I'm after, and in a sense, I take blame here too. I allowed this to go out on the air. I did. I was interested in this conflict. I didn't realize it was going to get this vicious. Sometimes I think it's a little bit of a put on, but this clearly was not one of those times.
No.
Like when Artie says, "Oh, I hate Sal," I almost still don't even believe it.
Right, absolutely.
But he's telling me, and he's looking me in the eye, and he's saying,
This
I
is
really
real.
hate this
Yeah,
guy. This
yeah.
is real. And I am at fault to both of you for not realizing how serious this is.
And I would take some blame in that, too, because I did not realize it was that serious on Artie's part.
Right. I have been involved in many things on the air where I get worked up, but I do have a certain amount of, this is good for showbiz.
Right.
You see? Now, this has crossed the line. This has gone overboard. And I can't allow that. Now I'm seeing that I'm contributing if I allow this to go on.
And we don't want that.
Yeah. I am now taking this thing seriously. It's 11:18. I am taking this thing very seriously right now.
I think
I
I'm
really
supposed
am.
to be on the 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱 show in 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm being serious about this. I really am taking it seriously. I see that Artie is deeply hurt. I shouldn't have let this go on. And I see you're deeply hurt. I apologize to both of you, if I may. Artie?
Not your fault.
No, it's my fault a little bit. I take a little bit of responsibility here. Very little, but I do take responsibility.
I'll take more because I started it up again.
Right.
The truth of the matter is, it's a very difficult situation because if I did what I tried to do, I'd be in handcuffs right now.
Right.
So
All right, it's different. Listen, I know
Well,
Robin.
A little bit of divine providence there.
I know Robin has gotten into arguments on the air, and I'm very sensitive to the fact that when the argument goes too long, it hurts her.
See, but in a way,
And I'm very
Don't
sensitive.
hold it.
Hold
I
it.
survive everything.
No,
In a
you
way-
do.
no, but
And
in a-
Artie will survive this, and Sal
I
will survive
survive
this.
No, but in a way, I don't
But
trust.
I
I
do
don't
need-
trust myself now because I crossed a line that I thought I would never cross. A line that,
Shush.
no,
Stop talking yourself out
Bob
of the job.
Levy
I'm
threw
serious.
a bottle of Gatorade at Ronnie. It's a throw, Artie. You didn't choke me. You didn't lunge at me. you threw something that
Couldn't
was
get around
light.
Benji.
That's magnanimous of you.
Even when I go through
And
my
I
I'm
think-
not
And
talking...
look up the word magnanimous.
Right.
You'll see that
And
I'm
I
But
think-
Howard, I just have to interject here.
Yeah.
Even when I'm going through my I'm not talking to that person phase, there's a part of it that I love for the air.
Yeah, but I do back it off sometimes, and I'm telling you I'm doing
It's
that now.
not the point. The point
I'm
is
just telling you what I do. I'm
that
giving you my
I
responsibility in
survive.
this.
I
I am telling you that I see here that this is some very raw nerve kind of thing.
You mind if I have a cigarette?
He doesn't ever back off on Fred. You never notice when Fred's getting really upset.
No, I don't really think about Fred. I'm
Can
not
I
aware of
smoke a
anything.
cigarette?
Go ahead, smoke a cigarette. Give us all cancer. Go ahead.
me first.
Yeah. Sal, there's some genuine raw feelings here.
And I'm very, genuinely, very, very, very sorry.
All right, and I am sorry to both of you. This should not continue.
And I
We're
wish I
done.
could
We're
take
done
this-
with it now.
Done.
Now we're done with it.
I'm sorry I threw something out
That's
there.
fine, Artie. I understand, and I get it, and I hope one day we can patch things up, and any way I can help, I will.
I shouldn't have
Very
thrown. I
nice.
shouldn't have
That's
thrown anything.
Thank you,
at anyone.
Artie. Thank you,
And I'm
Sal. And I
sorry
will
too,
be more
Artie, for
protective.
being a jerk to you.
All right,
It's
fair
not
enough.
All
right.
He doesn't know what he's being to me.
All right. He doesn't know, but he said
He
something very
can't
nice.
help himself.
He complimented you and left, and that was good.
I just hate that he thinks this is something about beer league. It's not about beer league.
Clearly, whatever it is about, it's enough. It's gone on far enough. I want to see you comfortable at work, and I want to see Sal comfortable at work. And it is my responsibility in this. And I am not doing my thing. I really didn't think it was that intense.
No,
And it is.
I
It
mean,
is.
Howard,
It is. I apologize to you.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Well, I'm sorry, too. You okay? Honestly, I know you're upset. Now you're upset. at me.
Look, what are you going to do? There's one of those times in life you got to move on. I'm upset at myself because, you know, you try to reach a certain level of sophistication in life. You think you get there.
You know what? I don't want you to think
And
about
you realize
this the
you're
rest of the day.
you're still a jerk off.
I don't want you to think about this the rest of the day. I think you ought to give yourself a reprieve. Let yourself off the hook.
How am I going to do that?
Enjoy yourself.
Do you like my plan? We're not bringing this up anymore. Sal, I think, likes that plan.
That's a fantastic plan.
All right.
The
We're gonna give it a break.
execution is the key to a plan.
Well, we're going to execute. Fucking cigarette is killing me.
I know.
I'm going to die.
I'm glad
Sorry,
I'm
it's the
not in
only
there.
thing keeping me from literally exploding right now in my head.
Why, you're angry with yourself?
No, I just
What? What's going on right now?
I just needed something to relax me. Some sort of badness in my body.
Sal, how do you feel about all this?
I hope it gets resolved. I'm more concerned about Artie than anything. I mean, it's just like things. It starts out angry, turns into jokes, and then it snowballs back to anger. It's like you don't know where it's going to go. It's just crazy.
And then what do you think about all this getting physical? Did that really freak you out? You know, he threw something at you. That could've hurt you, man.
It did, but it didn't. I mean, the guy, he's angry.
So, Gary, what do you think about this whole situation with Artie and Sal?
I'm not really going to talk about it anymore. I'm going to respect Howard putting a moratorium on it. I don't want to see any more bad third-rate band CDs flying around the studio.
Benji, what's your whole take on this this rift between Artie and Sal?
Oh, we're not supposed to talk about it.
You can't talk about it? Just
I
a
don't
little
think we're really not supposed to. I don't think so. Are we?
I don't know.
I don't think we're supposed to talk about it. I think they want to it's a cooling off period, man. I think. I'm really tired.
Robin, what do you think about this whole mess with Artie and Sal?
Look, I'm not doing any more interviews about this. There's a moratorium on talking about that incident at this point. Right now, it never even happened. Okay?
Fred, what do you think about this whole situation with Artie and Sal?
It's safer in Iraq.
That's all you have to say about that?
That's it. It's safer in Iraq.
Any final words on what happened?
I've been asked not to discuss it by my boss and mentor, Howard Stern, so no comment. Go.
Phenomenal Sal sex stories, if you have a moment.
Okay, I was going to get to a bunch of stuff, but go ahead.
It's a top-of-the-line story. I wouldn't bother you. So, in fact, we're thinking about doing an FME category called Best Sal Sex Story because he's involved in so much stuff.
But they don't involve sex. It's just
It's
usually him by himself at a booth.
Exactly. So he goes to Cleveland this weekend with Richard and Craig Gass to do a show, right?
Okay.
They do their show. They go out. They hit a couple of bars. It's getting so late and their flight's so early that they get to the point where they're like, you know what? Let's just stay up all night, okay?
Okay.
So Sal and Richard go back to Richard's room. They're supposed to stay up all night. Richard falls asleep. Sal suddenly decides that he has to take care of business, okay? And there's nothing around for him to clean up when he's finished taking care of business. I'm trying to be as...
Where's his room?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
and you're sleeping in the same bed?
We're getting on a plane for 5 a.m. So Richard goes, hey, why don't we just stay together and awake on my bed? So I go, okay. So we're laying in the bed together, and we were supposed to stay awake, but Richard passed out.
Well, we stayed up late because there was a tour bus.
Dude, wait a second. And you decide at that moment you have to pleasure yourself? You are the gayest mother effer on the planet.
Hold on.
A guy is laying in bed with you?
Okay, I can explain.
Dude, you know what? Divorce your wife, marry him. Because he's gay and you're gay.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, Richard is always suggesting that he sleep with Sal.
And I said, well, it was late. We didn't want to miss our
And
flight.
Sal's always accepting it. Yeah, well, I don't know why I said yes. I said okay, and...
Sounds
you know what's
easy
funny?
to,
Greg Gass came with us, too, so Greg Gass pulls up a chair and starts telling us jokes, and we both passed out.
So wait a second, you pleasured yourself in the room with a guy in bed with you?
This is what happened. So Richard's asleep, he's turned over. It's 4:45.
Is he nude?
No. And I'm not nude either. We're laying in our jeans.
It's funny, too, because the lights were still on. He might have been looking at me.
And that's what happened. And to my left was Richard's DVDs. So I start looking at the back, because they show everything, and I said, what the hell? Did my business.
In bed, laying next to him.
Yeah, but I turned to the...
Oh, dude. I don't know, man, really, what the hell is wrong with you?
I was drunk, I was
tired. How could you ever pleasure
tired.
yourself with a man in the bed with you?
I looked the other way. I was looking at the other wall. So
It's the
Why
same
did you
room.
even think of it?
Dude, a guy's laying next to you.
you can't wait.
I mean, you're not even ashamed? Like, what if he woke up and saw you doing it?
He would have probably enjoyed it.
Him?
I just took it out. Bed, I'm tired.
You can do that?
Yeah, no problem.
That would annoy me.
2 seconds, dude.
With the zipper
Yeah, it's
involved?
like...
Sal won't be
done in
stopped.
seconds.
He won't be stopped. He won't be denied.
So,
You gotta be
my
kidding
shirt,
me.
my
Hold on.
button shirt is off.
Let me take over here because...
I can do it without.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
My button shirt's off, and I'm like, I'm looking at my hands, and what do I do? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a big mess. Okay.
Big mess. So I just grabbed my shirt off the floor, which is laying by the side of the bed, and I clean up my hands. I roll the shirt in a ball, and I throw it on the floor. I totally forgot about this. I had no intentions of bringing the shirt home. I call up Craig Gass because I forgot some stuff in the bathroom, in my room, which was connected to Richard. So Craig calls me back, goes, hey, got good news, dude. Don't worry.
Wait a second. You had connecting rooms and you're still sleeping in the bed with him and you can't go into your own room and pleasure yourself?
Because it was...
Dude, there's something really going on.
It didn't feel like walking.
You think subconsciously you watch to get caught.
I'm going to go one step further.
But why would he be... Like, if I want to pleasure myself,
I'm with you.
I'm like, hey, I'll go over to my room.
Yeah, sure.
Or even in the bathroom.
Howard.
Like in the bathroom.
It excited you to be near Richard.
No, it didn't. Not at all. Not one bit.
I'm flattered.
Tell me why.
I was woozy. I was drunk. The DVDs were... He had a stack of DVDs on a nightstand. I just started grabbing them and looking at the back, and I said, oh, what the hell? It'll take me 3 seconds. I face the other way. I do my business. I clean up. My shirt's all filthy. I roll it in a ball. I drop it on the floor. Craig Gass calls. He goes, hey, I got your toothpaste. I got your deodorant. He goes, and, dude, I also got your shirt in Rich's room, so don't worry about it. I'm bringing it. And he doesn't have any idea. So right now... Craig Gass has my
suitcase.
It's a suitcase.
We gotta call him and tell him.
Somebody warned
He called me like he did the biggest favor. He said, dude, I found your shirt in Rich's room. I got that shirt.
He's got his suitcase has that shirt right now.
Yep.
We gotta call him and tell him that Sal doesn't remember the shirt and he needs him to describe it. So could he take it out of the suitcase and hold it up and describe
The
it?
shirt's crunchy for
Where's
some
Craig
reason.
right now? We gotta
I don't know. I can find him, but
find him. Let's put him on the air and tell him.
I'll look for him.
Just have him touch it a little bit more.
Dude,
I'm even creeped out doing like last night. I had to do that while Beth was next to me.
And at least he's a girl.
Was she asleep?
Well, here's what happened. I'm not going to go into it, but
Got interrupted?
yeah. So I'm laying down at night and we're watching TV. I'm watching 60 Minutes, which was real good last night.
Yeah, it was. I saw 60 Minutes.
I didn't see the Derek Jeter piece yet. I taped it though.
It made me like Derek Jeter. I never liked him. He's a good guy.
Well, anyway, I'm laying there and like I'm talking to her and I go, my nads are blue, So she could care less. So I go, hey, let's
Did they literally turn blue? Or?
Oh.
No, but they hurt. And I was just like, hey, I want to have some sex. And she was like, you could just tell she was so not into it. She goes, no, tomorrow or something.
Tomorrow.
Now's the time.
Yeah, like I need it now, kind of. And then I said, you know what? It's really hot in here. I'm going to sleep naked. And I pulled my underpants off and my shirt. And I'm laying there completely nude. And I'm thinking I look sexy, you know?
Right, you're thinking she's going to be turned on.
Like the lights are low, and I'm thinking that I'm all thin, and like, you know, and I'm even like, you know, like I'm like putting one leg up because I'm thinking I look good.
Posing.
What are you modeling?
Yeah, I'm like, and then I start rubbing into her, and I go, you should sleep nude, and she's just like, no, I don't want to be nude right now. And then all of a sudden I realize she's asleep, and I go, well, that's it. I'm going to pleasure myself. She goes, okay.
You're trying to upset her.
So nothing. So I said, you know what? I really should go through with this, even though I'm embarrassed. I really should go through with it because I'll never get to sleep. I was completely charged up. And I did it. I was able to lay there.
The whole thing.
Yeah, and I think, because this morning she wakes up and goes, hey, am I imagining this? Did I kind of go to sleep with you pleasuring yourself?
That was a dream.
And I go, yeah. She goes, did you finish? I go, yeah, I did. That's right. Like angry.
Take that.
Defiant.
And I cleaned it up on your pillowcase.
You showed her. You showed her.
You know, I found out from women, apparently when you're in the mood and they're not, the rubbing up against them, that doesn't work.
Oh, yeah?
It just never works.
I thought it would.
Yeah, I used to think it would work.
Well, I kept taking... this is a story better on but I took myself and kept kind of smacking her with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Like on her leg. And I thought that would turn her on, and she goes, what is that? That's disgusting.
You're like a jockey.
I thought you meant in her face. So.
No.
Disgusting, Richard.
No, like on her butt. That's awesome.
But at least she was female. My question to you is,
yeah, she's female.
If you're out, you know, traveling with a bunch of guys, and you all have individual rooms, I don't care how late it is, how much you've had to drink, do you say,
please.
okay, I'm going to sleep in your room?
No. In fact, I got to tell you something. I mean, I was in college for 4 years. I had 2 male roommates in college with me. I didn't pleasure myself for 4 years.
Right.
Because I wasn't going to do that in front of a dude. Not even in the same room with a dude.
Not in the bathroom?
No. Not with dudes around.
I was saying that Howard and I and Artie, probably like 3 of the horniest guys I know, would never, ever do
in
what
a
you
bed
just
with a
described.
man?
If you're in bed,
I had no intentions of staying in Richard's room.
I don't care what you did. You pleasured yourself laying in bed next to Richard.
I was too tired. I'm just lazy. It was laziness.
That's just, first of all, it's disgusting.
Your room was right through a door.
Yeah. I would have gone to another floor.
But I was so tired that I didn't even get up for tissues. I grabbed my shirt. I used my shirt.
Can I admit?
Dude, I don't even know.
Can I admit something?
You were awake.
No.
What?
That'd be wrong.
I had a similar thing happen one time because I was in a band and we had to share a hotel room, and I shared it with another guy in the band, and I was like taking care of myself in the bed, and he walked in and didn't know I was doing that, but then he laid down in the bed, and I wanted to keep going, so I had to do that. I had to end up finishing with the guy next. I waited till he went to sleep.
Well, you're in bed with more guys, man.
He's always sleeping with men.
Howard, you should see right out of the tour bus, Rich goes, hey, we only got 1 hour to go. Why don't we all come back and stay in my room?
You know what's great? Richard's great at getting guys into bed. It's those chicks that he has trouble getting into bed.
He can't make a move with the women.
I know. I tried Saturday. This girl bought me a shot, and
can you say, hey, there's only an hour until I go to sleep. Let's all go back to the bed, meaning you and the girl. Not now.
I tried.
Sally's comfortable with.
I was hitting on this chick at a strip club Saturday night, and then I hear this voice from down the hall. Hey, stop hitting on my wife. And it ended up being some guy's wife, unfortunately. She was hot.
You want to have some good fun? Here's Richard's father, Richard's hillbilly father, calling him on his answering machine again. This is a new one.
I love his messages.
Yeah, these are great. This is Richard's dad. It's just a whole nother world down there in Kansas.
Yeah,
you know
what
what I mean?
happened this time? Because he's always updating Richard on what's going on.
Well, you won't even know what's going on. Like, you'll listen to this and go, I don't understand what's going on.
It's in code.
Rich, this is your dad. I thought I'd call you. I got back from catching bullheads for fish bait. Them old flatheads, they like them bullheads, and had found another baby chick in the yard. Had to take it to its mother. So we'll talk to you later.
Lots going on this week.
𝗦𝗵ici𝘄 flathead.
Bullheads and flatheads.
Do you know what those are?
You should have called him back. Hey, Dad, this weekend Sal laid next to me and pleasured himself while I slept.
Yeah, do you tell him what you're doing?
No, I don't leave any messages with them.
Hey, Dad, this is Richard. Out here in New York, Sal, my new friend, was naked in the bed and pleasured himself and then put his dirty shirt in Craig Gass's suitcase.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Talk to you later.
While you were gathering bullheads, I had another homosexual experiment.
Talk to you later.
In the big city.
You know Richard's dad skins raccoons?
No.
Yeah, and he sells the fur to the fur people, and he sells the meat to black people.
Does he?
He goes to ghettos and sells the meat.
Is that right?
That's part of how he makes, because they're really poor. Their house, I remember their house cost $20,000.
Right.
When? Back in the 80s?
In the 80s, yeah.
That's all right. My dad's house cost $14,000. But go ahead.
1961.
And my dad only made...
It's still worth $14,000. That's the amazing thing. My parents really know how to pick real estate.
Well, my dad, he's retired, and they don't make much money still, so they hunt and they fish because that's how they eat.
Right.
I mean, they don't really buy groceries or anything. Last night I called him, he was eating some flathead that he had caught, some catfish.
What's a bullhead, though?
That's another type. It's a small catfish that's a big catfish.
Bullhead to catch the flathead.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Isn't raccoon like sort of like a
rabid?
Yeah, don't they have like a lot of diseases?
Yeah, but
you feed them to
tartar.
They might even spin it like the pigs, you know.
Yeah, like on a spit?
Rotisserie-coon.
Wait a second, when your dad kills a raccoon, is it like he skins it, but is it like it's not cut into steaks? It's like an animal?
No, it's on the bone.
It's a whole animal.
It's on the bone.
Yeah.
That's
great.
I couldn't eat that on the bone.
With the head attached too?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't eat it off the bone.
Well, if it were a steak of some sort, I could pretend it's something else.
Well, I mean, that's how he sells it. They probably take the meat off.
And they strip it and stuff.
Yeah.
They fillet it.
Thanksgiving's going to be a hoot in the ghetto.
We got to go down to your place, man.
That's why I got out of there when I was 18. That's a little too much for me.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff, man.
Yeah.
What do you do now when you go home? You're suspicious of everything they try to serve you, aren't you?
Yeah, I gotta test it.
Hey, where's Grandma?
We just ate her. Man, we got them gator heads out in the backyard.
Rich, this is your dad. I thought I'd call you.
Hey, here's the head of the family.
Oh, yeah.
Got back from catching bullheads for fish bait. Them old flatheads, they like them bullheads, and had found another baby chick in the yard. Had to take it to its mother. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.
What's he doing with these phone calls? It must cost him a fortune to call you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to sell like 80 raccoons for one phone call.
Well, he keeps it short, it seems, to the point.
He gets right to the point. Yeah.
The thing that cracks me up is he's always saving these chickens and
eating raccoons.
Eating raccoon and squirrel.
Maybe kill a few of the chickens. Wow.
Yeah, the chickens are their pets. They don't eat those usually.
Hey, Mark, you're on the air.
Cannibalism.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, how come Sal ended up pleasuring himself? He left with a girl.
Okay. Paul, you're on the air.
Yeah, his father probably made most of the money on the pelts from the raccoon. That's what he gets the money from.
Yeah.
Probably get $20 for each of the pelts.
Oh, you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, he makes pretty good money off that. I think that's why he, like when you were talking about gas, it costs more than gas, he would also go up there to sell the...
He's thin. He lost a lot of weight. He actually looks halfway decent.
He has a relationship. He's married.
Here goes Drew into his doctor thing.
Is there alcohols in your family?
No.
Really?
No, my parents don't even really drink.
How about your grandparents?
No.
Well, maybe.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
I mean,
He's brought it into the family.
He's starting a new
thing. Are you adopted? Is there
Are you adopted?
No.
Is there
I'm
some
not
reason
adopted,
it's not in the family? Like it was clergy, your dad's a clergy or something? Or
my dad was a railroader. No.
That doesn't make sense. All right, so go ahead.
So I love beer. I love craft beer. I love the way it tastes. And I
love it more than... like
soda or anything?
Yeah. More than like your health or your safety?
Well, I think I'm fairly healthy. I run the other Sunday. I ran 9 miles.
How much do you drink in the average day?
During the week, like last night, I had 1 beer.
Be honest. What you're drinking?
1 beer last night. But on the weekends, I'll have.
And when does the weekend start?
Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. What do you have on the weekends?
I'll have probably I don't know, 10 or 12 beers, like 16
across the entire weekend.
No,
per
probably
night.
a day. Yeah.
It's a lot of alcohol, right?
Yeah.
And then what about this whole thing when you and your wife get on trains and you pack up like bottles and bottles of champagne and down them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have consequences from? I mean, do you guys get in trouble? Do you have legal problems? Do you have your doctor tell you to stop?
I've peed myself a few times, and they had to put me in a wheelchair coming off a plane one time, going to Bubba's wedding.
Right.
You know, goofy things like that.
He murdered 44 people.
He just doesn't remember it.
It's hard to make the firm
call
without the family history, without the genetics there. It's possible still, and maybe it was sort of hidden for years. Maybe the family.
I think he's downplaying how much he drinks too.
No, I'm
during the week you only have one beer
10
a
or
night.
12 on a weekend day is a lot.
Did you fall down an escalator drunk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If he's an alcoholic, he would be minimizing. Right? That's part of the condition. They deny, they lie, they minimize stuff. So.
And the thing is, Dr. Drew, that whenever he's in a social situation, he gets polluted.
Yeah,
he
like not
can't
just like
have social
do you have social anxiety? Is that why you're sort of loading up, or
maybe a little bit, especially like honestly around Howard.
It's Howard's fault?
I get a little nervous. Like
when are you around me?
Well, never really.
Exactly.
That's why I get nervous.
Howard TV has a clip of Richard drunk in a wheelchair. I'm going to show it to Dr. Drew just so you can see the extent. Look, there he is.
Where do I go? Oh, there.
See that? That's him. That's him
you certainly look like an alcoholic there. You look like you should be in a hospital.
Yeah. They had to wheel him out.
Richard. It's hard not to call that alcohol.
And by the way, you were on a plane, right? That's why they wheeled you out.
Yeah.
How many drinks did you have on the plane?
Quite a few, probably 7 or 8. I don't
7
like to
or
fly.
8? I think there was a little more than that.
Well, he drinks before Howard. You don't realize he gets drunk before
Tell
the
Dr.
flight.
Drew how much you drank before you got on the plane. Look at him getting into the car.
Looks like you have Parkinson's.
Well, that's what happens. Yeah.
Hey, we were going to Bubba the Love Sponge's wedding. It was fun.
He's gone. He's just fucking gone. I mean, don't you feel like Richard's sort of downplaying this?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Richard.
Yeah.
Remember when John and I took the crew out to dinner for Christmas?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
All right, so we went to the steakhouse, like Peter Luger's Steakhouse. Tell everybody what you drank that night.
You probably know better than I do. I don't remember. There's a lot of beers.
I think he drank like it was at least like 12 beers. It was a lot of wine. In fact, at one point you chugged the last part of the bottle of wine.
I mean,
I didn't want it to go to waste.
And then he called me to tell me something, hung up, and called me back, completely forgetting that he just called me.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, he has blackouts.
Hey, I'm not denying.
He's worried about the liability of having somebody like this on his team.
Yeah, but I don't drink here. I don't.
He brags. Richard brags that there's a place in the city that has like it's $25 all the mimosas you can drink, and he brags that he goes there every Sunday. And basically puts them out of business.
It's actually free mimosas as long as you buy food. So it's like the greatest.
I think we're
deal ever.
And they go for the mimosas.
Yeah. How many mimosas do you have?
I'll probably have about 15 or 20 of them.
15 or 20 mimosas.
See, am I denying anything?
What's your
here?
ethnic heritage? Where are your ancestors from?
Kansas.
Kansas?
Oh, no,
I mean, like, he means like, you know, like your ethnic background.
I don't think I ever looked that much into it.
Where's your dad's family from?
Irish, I think.
Irish. Okay.
Irish
Oh,
and
well,
German.
it's over. It's over.
Hey,
So
that's
it.
stereotype.
No, that's
it's just the
genetics.
truth.
That's just the genetics. And by the way, I believe the genetics of alcoholism is a survivor gene.
Really?
Yeah, when you really look at where it flourished.
From horrible places.
Horrible places that were repeatedly assaulted for multiple generations, like Scotland and Ireland. The survivors had this gene.
They were wasted.
No. They're activated by extreme circumstances.
I see.
So alcoholics make like great fighter pilots and great shortstops and great extreme situations.
Why are so few Jews alcoholics?
It's a great question, and it's the only time you ever see addiction without alcoholism. The Jews and ethnic Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, and Han Chinese. Only time.
Yeah.
And I think probably because so many generations of horrible things, that part of it just got burned out somehow.
It's like the opposite happened.
It is something like back in Egypt.
They lived through it.
Well, probably if we
they ate Herosis.
I think probably in 2000 BC in Egypt, maybe we would have seen more like the Irish, but it's kept going many thousands more years, and that part's gone now too.
You know what's weird about alcoholism too? Like watching Richard drunk like that is funny. Like you can't help but laugh.
But
and
not
like,
when you're going through it.
No,
I had fun.
Yeah, you loved it.
I did.
It's funny.
He's having fun. That's
That
the
moment
problem.
is funny, but the implication broadly is bad. Richard's going to have trouble.
Yeah, you think he's in trouble?
He's going to have trouble.
I mean, I've gotten a clean bill of health from my doctor.
You tell him you tell him about the Mimosa Fridays?
Absolutely, yeah.
Did he tell you to cut down?
Is your doctor an alcoholic or a drug addict?
No, he's a good doctor.
Yeah, you know what kills me? I hardly drink, and like I started to have like 1 or 2 glasses of wine a night. And I went for my yearly physical a couple of years ago, and I showed a slight elevation in the liver area. Very slight. Nothing, you know. That's what my doctor said to me. He said, so he goes, have 1 or 2 drinks a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, 1 or 2 drinks a week? And I started to get upset. And I said, well, if I'm getting upset, that means maybe I'm getting too into this shit. And so now I don't drink. I mean,
it's definitely better not to drink.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine I'm that sensitive to alcohol?
You were on a cholesterol med, statin, or anything?
No. My cholesterol's real low. I don't get it.
Yeah, see, I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I got gout, but a lot of that was
gout. The gout and the blood pressure may be directly related to the alcohol.
But that's why I started running a lot and getting in better shape. But now I feel like my reward, is a nice beer.
Howard, let's examine that thinking for a second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The gout and that blood pressure is from the alcohol. So that's why I started running.
Right.
Not stop drinking or cut down. That's why I started running.
He'll never stop drinking. I'm telling you. This guy's unbelievable.
I have one more point to make because somebody just reminded me of this. So the way Richard lost all his weight is he's got this app, and this app tells you how many calories you can have a day. And there's many times during the day where Richard will give his calories to alcohol rather than to food.
Of course. Right. Of course. That's very healthy.
How many calories is a beer?
It depends. It can go from around 100 up to about 350.
So, I mean, how many calories are you supposed to eat a day?
I'm at about 1,800 a day.
So if you're having 12 beers in one day, that's it, no food for the day.
Yeah, but that's why I run 9 miles, because then that adds another 1,000 calories.
You're doing a lot to work around this drink.
But Richard, what's fueling you when you run? You have to have some protein.
Well, he doesn't have to have protein, but he will break down without the protein.
Right.
But he's such a specimen.
What's fueling me when I run is knowing I get to have a beer right afterwards.
Oh, my God. Dr. Drew, help him.
I'm not sure it's possible.
But is it really, though, honestly, is beer as bad as being addicted to, like, vodka and hard alcohol?
It's all the same. It's just you eventually get the same amount. Your brain will have you drinking the amount that it wants you to drink.
Yeah. Do you know
Richard's 50 beers or 3 ounces of alcohol?
Do you know Richard's doctor has a bar in the waiting room?
I was feeling
just in case
something's going on with that doctor. I've got to say.
There is a dentist in New York that I heard has wine, so I'm thinking of going there.
Oh my God!
He never wanted to take care of his teeth.
All the free wine. Yeah, you don't even brush your teeth. Why would you care? Listen to him. This is him calling in. Listen.
Hardemeyer, you prick cocksucker. Listen to me now.
That's Richard.
Richard, I can tell you, sure seemed nervous around Howard.
Fuck you doing. But right now...
Here's Richard pissing in the street.
Hey, what's up, Will, you sexy bitch? All right, I'm going to leave you a message, and this is it. I'm going to take a piss right on the phone right here.
In the middle of Manhattan.
Girls love this.
I'm wasted.
You're married?
All right, hold on here. I just asked.
The whole thing is a mess. The whole
Dr. Drew was laughing.
Well, what's he going to do?
Howard, Sal just told me, his partner told me that when they travel, and there's a lot of thought when you want to be, when you want to be a drunk. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. Right. So he brings a paper bag full of the little bottles, the ones that you can get through, because they're less than 3
miniatures.
And he said, and Sal says the bag just clinks and clinks, but he says it'll be 6 in the morning, and he'll just be pounding them down.
Oh, really?
Because I hate to fly. I'm very scared of flying, and alcohol just makes me feel so much.
We saw evidence of what happens when you get off a plane.
Well, Dr. Drew, you've done him no good.
No, I'm worried.
I'm open to discussion, though. I'm not denying that I'm an alcoholic.
I'll give you something.
You hear that?
What? What do you say?
He said he's an alcoholic.
You're an alcoholic.
I've admitted that several times on here. Yeah.
By the way, this business of, if you admit it, that's half the problem.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Right.
You got to do something about it.
Richard, stop drinking for a month.
Oof.
He could get sick.
All right.
He could have withdrawal,
Well, I mean.
Be careful.
Do it. Can you do it?
Well, if that's the case, maybe I'll try it a few days at a time or something.
He's not doing it.
A week.
You talk to your doctor maybe before you do it and get, you really be, it's very scary.
It is,
really, yeah, it's really could go bad. I mean, make sure you take, your nutrition's the first thing to pay attention to, because you can get actually brain damage and nerve damage and stuff.
Well, I mean, honestly,
I think he has brain damage.
I eat super healthy.
I think you have brain damage.
I heard all about it. It was 12 beers or food.
That's once in a while.
Oh, my God.
I probably do have brain damage, but
I know you do.
It helps with my prank calls and stuff.
No, it doesn't. Don't even think that. And go see your doctor, Richard, and have you withdraw for a month. See what happens.
I will.
Also, the Dr. Drew podcast is available on iTunes. Robin will be watching both and listening to both. I know that.
I feel like I made some inroads with Robin. No, Robin, are we still
Again,
exactly the same?
I didn't want that perception out there that I hated you, because that's not the truth.
Yeah, Robin is full of love. She really is.
Yeah, I know.
I call her my love bug.
And think how long you guys have been together. She has to have been, right?
She loves me. Right, Robin?
I do.
I'm going to rub it into Drew. She loves me, Drew.
She used to love me too.
Unquestionably.
She said that.
When you lose Robin's love, it's not fun.
It's not at all.
That's right.
You've lost the sunshine.
There's one last call from you from a very famous caller, Debbie the pet lady. Wants
Fantastic. I love
yes,
to talk to
Debbie, go ahead.
Howard, I want to talk to you in person.
Debbie, this is Dr. Drew. Do you know you frighten me, my dear? Are you okay?
No, I'm not, because your show has been mean to me. I see how you do me. You know,
Drew's show has been mean?
Yeah, can I just say something, please? And I won't yell.
All right.
It needs to come out already. It's not fair what you've done to me. I asked nicely to teach, like, Gary, and Gary can't even take 5 minutes to answer me, but he answers all your regulars.
This is back to getting the wrong seats in the AGT.
Yeah, this is AGT. Yeah. She was complaining. She complains Gary doesn't spend enough time on the show with her. I mean,
how does she know what Gary does with the others?
She has.
Because I see the tweets. I seen Eric's tweet how he's bragging that Gary got hold of him and is going to help him with something on the air for today. But yeah, when I was writing Gary all 3 days in a row to beg him.
Debbie, we're not like Dr. Drew, a help center.
You answer your regulars, but why are you?
I don't answer anybody.
Like shit. You treat me like crap, and you don't want to.
Well, if that's Gary treating you that way, don't blame Howard.
And Gary can't be involved with you.
No, we're treating her fine, Howard.
I know you are.
Night, he wanted to have me locked up and have FBI come to my house and take my kid away, but that's okay.
Her kid?
Who's taking your kid? Oh yeah, she has a kid.
How do you support?
John, the reporter, John.
Debbie, how do you support your child? Debbie?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you do for a living?
What do you mean?
What do you do for a living?
Nobody works.
I'm on
SSO,
from state.
Yeah. And how old's your child?
My child's older now. He's 16.
16. Is he getting on okay? Is he going to go to college and stuff?
Yeah, he's actually doing very good. He smart. He got good grades.
And Debbie, somebody must have advised you to take medication along the way. How come you don't take medication?
I think she does.
Do you?
I was taking. I stopped.
Oh,
you can tell.
Yeah.
And all that. You have sort of bipolar disorder. Is that right?
They diagnosed me with schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Or schizoaffective. Schizoaffective disorder.
Wow, you've got everything.
Yeah, and a mood disturbance.
And mood, yeah. Well, listen, Debbie's a character. But
no, I'm not. I'm not part of the show no more.
Yeah, but Debbie, so maybe it's best you stay away from the show.
Yeah, because, you people won't tell the truth to the world anyway.
Right.
I think people love you, Debbie. I think
people love you. We love you, but maybe it's best you stay away from the show.
No. Just hear me out one time, all right?
I think I've heard you out 1,000,000 times.
No, you didn't, Howard, because you always hang up on me.
Well, I don't have all day for this.
Yeah, because you don't have the time to listen to the truth.
I don't have the time. You're right. I'm doing a radio show that
Well,
entertains
Debbie, if
people.
you're being mistreated here, stay away.
Right. That's the best answer.
I am.
Okay, so then be done with...
My fucking life to the fucking world, and I'm not supposed to get upset, right? You can trash me out there.
We like you.
Play nothing else on me than you fuckers, because I will fuck you up. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh.
I understood.
Well, this went well.
Shuli has a thing with her. If you yell back at her, she stops.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
Hey, Debbie, you better shut up right now.
Oh.
See?
Wow,
it worked.
Calm down.
By the way, Richard's in the corner doing shots. And who can blame him?
It's fun.
Let's join in. All right.
Why did you let that, John?
I don't know. Debbie, please.
We didn't do anything.
Stay away from the show.
Lieberman?
Oh, John Lieberman you don't like?
He threatened
Oh, he came to her house, right? He came and
he's done
and embedded.
You know, he's on HLN every night with Jane Velez.
Anything aired. You people don't want me on your show anymore. Fine.
No,
I don't want to be on your show anymore either.
That's probably
That's the
best.
deal I wanted to make with you people.
All right.
So leave me alone.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
You only cater to your regulars anyway, because that's all you want on your show is your regulars, because that's all you ever
All right.
to your regulars.
Fair enough. Thank you, Deb.
We agree with you.
3 years. I wasted 3 years on this show, and I want the world to at least to hear what I had to say, because it's not right how you people did me for 3 years.
If she took medication, could she be normal? No.
The schizoaffective is a personality disorder.
I see.
And
But what would the medication do?
Not this business.
This up and down.
Yeah.
She'd be constant.
She'd be better. She'd be narrower range.
You know, so you
Right.
push me to these fucking stakes and moves.
All right. Fair enough. You made a good point. And time to move on. Thank you.
Probably
Bye-bye.
disability a good thing. I don't imagine her in the workplace.
No. Would you
Who's
hire her?
doing more to remove the stigma of mental illness, us or you?
You're doing
We're doing a great job.
You really are.
You know what, Drew? I'm going to leave it up to you.
Thank you.
I feel much better with you dealing with
Thank
this.
you.
All right, Dr. Drew, thank you. Your show, of course, is helping a lot of people.
We try.
Watch Dr.
Not
Drew.
Robin, evidently.
Well, some people disagree.
You were trying to help me?
Richard, go out in the hall and talk to Dr. Drew.
Richard,
I wanted to thank you. I mean, thanks for even bringing me up. I appreciate it and caring.
It really worked.
I appreciate
Wow.
it. And I'm reading Steve-O's book right now too, and you really helped him.
Steve-O, we helped.
Yeah.
Steve-O was going to die.
Yeah,
Steve-O's amazing.
You know who
Yeah.
helped him is Knoxville.
Johnny,
Knoxville called me. We all knew what was going on. I said, Knoxville, you've tied this guy up a million times. Tie him up now, throw him in the trunk, take him to the hospital. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And
it's
he's alive because of it.
fascinating, the story about their intervention.
And he was not thinking right for a long time after
I
that.
love that Johnny
Yeah.
Knoxville. Just saw him in L.A. Spent 2 nights with him.
Steve was a miracle of recovery. Years now.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great guy.
All right, listen, Dr. Drew, we could enter it up all day, but unfortunately all good things must come to an end.
Thank you.
And you're right, Steve-O, big success story, Robin. You have to remember that. Steve-O now.
I think Steve-O is doing incredibly well. And again, my complaints came right at the very beginning and had nothing to do with people's results.
I'm just saying Steve-O is now stapling his balls completely sober. And
that's right.
And Robin, I wish I had consulted with you before we published that book. I really do.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
Well,
Stop
it
it.
happened all here
You
on the
couldn't
air.
apologize at the time. Remember that? You defended yourself.
I did.
All right, we're going to end this right now. This is the next time you come in, we'll continue.
Thank you.
Dr. Drew, thank you.
It will go on and on and on.
Robin, thank you, and we'll be back right after these words.
Mr. Christie.
See, some guys are addicted to dirty magazines and webcams, and I like drinking.
Richard, given everything that was discussed today, did your opinion about yourself change at all? Do you see yourself and your behavior in a different light?
I don't know, man. I just love beer so much. It's not to make it sound simple, but I love the taste of beer. I love feeling good. I love relaxing, winding down with a nice beer after a run. I just love it. So, I don't, if something really crazy happens, then maybe I'll quit. But so far, knock on wood,
what will it take?
I'm still able to function.
We have the same doctor he uses, my doctor. So I just told him that I didn't think he was telling my doctor the truth.
I do. I swear. I swear.
Maybe if you went in with him.
I want to.
You want to go in with him and describe exactly what's going on here.
You can go in there with me while I tell him I have 12 beers in a day.
But a lot of physicians don't maybe understand alcoholism per se, and I bet you what he'll say to him is, you need to cut down, watch it, be careful, and that may not be possible for you. You're either going to have to stop.
It would be
or
hard,
not.
yeah.
And we heard Howard say take a month off, and that scares me. You could have full-on withdrawals. Boy, she's suppressing a smile.
No, because I recommended my doctor to Richard, so I'd be more than gladly to go there with him.
I think you should. I think Lisa's going with you.
Okay.
Because it scares me when he goes, I'm running so I can drink. And I go, ooh.
Well, that's that thinking.
But I was drinking before I ran. It's just now
it's better now. See, now I'm running so I can keep drinking. Anything to keep drinking. Yeah, right. Sweating it all out. There you go.
No, I realize, and I've told Howard before, I do drink a lot. I'm not going to deny that.
But this is an interesting situation. I mean, it's working for him. He doesn't want to stop. You have to find that motivation to stop, and he's going to have some more serious consequences before he does. What are you going to say, right? I mean, sometimes doctors can have an impact and say, hey, you've got to do this. But
Yeah.
I don't think your doctor can do that. I don't think so.
Maybe if she goes and talks to him.
Dr. Drew.
Cameras or no? Are you allowed to have cameras in there? Robin won't hear of it.
I don't know.
Dr. Drew, are there levels of alcoholism?
Oh, sure.
That is Richard more of a binge drinker than anything right now?
He's what you call, he's still controlling it. Even though it's excessive and he's having some consequence, he's still controlling it. It's not out of control yet. And that's when it's difficult to get people to motivate to stop. Because they say, look, I'm still working, I got to control, what do I do?
What will be some of the indicators to look for if we see Richard going over the line?
Just look at the videotape getting off the airplane that tells you everything you need to know.
In my defense, that was 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
So things have progressed since then, so just keep that in mind.
Hey, I'm Mark Maron. I'm sitting back here waiting to go in. I'm here to talk about my book, Attempting Normal. Got the TV show on Friday called Maron, and I've never met Howard Stern. I've never been on his show. I'm nervous a little bit, but I'm watching him on TV, so I think it's gonna be all right. But I have no idea. I'm excited. That's what I meant to say. Excited and full of dread, panic, but just excited. We'll go with just excited.
Now, you do your own podcast, so this is a little bit different for you being on the other side of the microphone.
Well, I'm familiar with it, but I've never been on the other side of Howard's microphone.
Very true.
I mean, this is a guy that I've, listened to and known about for my entire career, and I've never had a lot of friends been on here. Never figured he knew who I was. Still not sure. We'll see. But it's a big day. It's a big day.
Cool. All right, Mark. We'll see you in the studio.
Thanks, man.
Mark Maron is a stand-up comedian. He's having a lot of success right now. For years, he wanted to kill himself because he was jealous of everybody else's success.
Oh, dear.
Let's say hi to Mark. Look at you. There's Mark Maron. Hey, Mark. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice
I
having
wonder
you.
who he was jealous of.
Who were you jealous of that you were you were really annoyed with your career for a while?
Yes,
because
a long time.
You were jealous.
Of course, consumed.
Who
consumed.
But I understand that.
Yeah.
When I see other people doing well, it makes me angry and hurt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're not doing well,
right?
But who was it you were jealous of?
No, even when I was doing well, I'm still angry with people who are doing well.
How can you not be?
You're right.
The biggest one, really, for years was Jon Stewart, quite honestly.
Right.
Because,
really?
Well, we had started together, and I kind of knew him. And somewhere in my brain, I thought, if I could just keep my shit together a little bit, there's no difference between us. And there was a period in time when I first started out where he was literally on every magazine every week. I would walk
got
down
the best press ever.
And I'd walk down the street, and every newsstand, it was just his face going, "Fuck you, Maron. Who's winning? Who's winning?"
It was all about you and him.
That's it. The whole world.
Now, when you were doing, did you guys come up in stand-up comedy sort of at the same time, you and Jon Stewart?
Yes, we did. And he very early on was, he got TV opportunities, got a lot of opportunities. I ended up hosting Short Attention Span Theater, which is the thing he started on Comedy Central.
Right.
I hosted the last version of that. I killed that show.
Things were not going well.
Yeah.
So, wait, because you're kind of a political guy, too. You did Air America for a while.
For a couple of years. I was more reactionary. I was political for a little while, but I was generally just pissed off and angry, and I thought bitterness was...
Did you try the Air America experiment because you said, hey, that's a way to be like Jon Stewart? Like, I'll be political kind of guy, too?
No, that was because the Air America thing happened because I was out. I just moved out to Los Angeles.
Right.
You know, my career it never really took off, and I got this opportunity.
Yeah, because I never really heard of you.
That's not nice.
And I'd never heard of you before.
Yeah.
And you know, like Gary King, hey, you should have Mark Maron on there.
Yeah.
Well, who is Mark Maron? And then people started telling me, and you came up with 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 and all these guys.
Yeah.
And you must have hated Louis too.
Well, me and Louis, that became a problem. We kind of resolved that. we resolved that stuff on my podcast briefly. But with John, it was a bigger problem. And with John, the problem still kind of exists.
You're kidding.
It's weird, man.
Do you ever run into John?
No, but
does he know you're upset with him, even though there's no rational explanation for it?
Yes,
he knows.
No, I'm not upset with him anymore. He's still kind of, he's a little upset with me.
Did you go around bad mouthing him? Was that the problem?
No, I used to do it right to him.
Really?
What
would you say to him?
It was ridiculous. like there was a.
You felt you were entitled to his career.
I felt that if I could just be charming and not be such a dick,
right?
That I could, I could be that guy. I used to think like if I just committed to a haircut, if I just committed to a hairstyle
and a shave,
and a shave, the guy, he's just got the confidence to never change his haircut, and that was.
You felt you were the same. You know what it is? You probably knew that your anger was getting in the way of your career. Because John's like a nice guy, like he's not a shit, you know.
No,
like,
yeah.
And what you're saying is you're a shit.
Yeah.
And you're an angry, pissed off guy.
I was. I'm better.
Did you go in therapy to get rid of that?
No, you get old and you get your ass handed to you. I mean, you're going to get humbled.
Right.
Yeah. After a certain point, if you're an asshole, eventually you're like, well, this isn't working out.
Right.
And you get humbled. You know, your wife leaves, your career craps out, and then that's it. You're sitting with your own shit.
So what was going on for you? You were going out for like you auditioned for Saturday Night Live, right?
I did in '95.
And you didn't get it.
No, I didn't get it.
And that's the kind of stuff that was beating you down. You'd start to see the other guys in stand-up comedy who you came up with.
Sure.
Getting great opportunities.
Right from the beginning.
And you said, I'm as funny as they are.
Yeah, and I used to call my manager and go, how's he fucking get that? The first 20 years of my career were fueled by spite, by me yelling at my manager saying, why is that guy on television?
And then your manager would say, look, what do you want from me? Go out and do something, dummy.
Say, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Right.
But
so you probably hung around with a lot of losers because it made you feel better. Guys you wouldn't be jealous of.
I didn't hang around with anybody.
Right. You were that angry.
Well, I was. I hung around with Louis. The guys were always good. Me and Attell and Louis and Jeff Ross. I mean, all these guys were my guys. Sarah.
Right.
We all hung out together. Todd Barry, and I was all part of that scene.
Right.
I was not that angry. I was not that miserable. I was still doing comedy, but in my heart, I couldn't quite reconcile why. And now this stuff is happening. I'm almost 50.
Did you ever think about giving up comedy? Did you ever say, hey, that's not for me? It's not working out.
No, I didn't know what else to do. That happened to me even a few years ago when everything hit the skids. And, before I started my show, the podcast,
Your podcast has changed everything.
Yeah.
Your podcast gets, 700,000 downloads per show?
It gets between 300 and 400,000 per show.
That's amazing.
It's great.
How did people learn of your podcast? I don't understand that universe.
Well, ultimately, what happened, we started it, and then I started talking to comics, and it evolved into this one-on-one interview show, and there were a couple of episodes that, became very important and sort of put it on the map. I did one with Robin Williams. I did 2 with Louis, a double episode where we kind of rebuilt our friendship. I did 2 with
When Louis was on your podcast,
yeah,
you guys were on the outs.
We hadn't talked in a while. There was tension because I'd gotten to the point where I couldn't interact with Louis because I couldn't handle his success.
Yeah, he's on fire.
He's always been kind of on fire. He's a very talented guy.
Right.
And but we've been friends for years.
And so did there come a time where you said to Louis, look, Louis, the reason I can't be friends with you is because I'm so jealous of you.
Yeah.
You did. You confronted him with
I said that.
And what did he say? He probably got uncomfortable because this guy Maron's out of his fucking mind, right?
Well, he said, it upset him, and then it came to a point where, he was having his own problems,
right.
And, I was a friend of his, too, but he didn't feel like he could reach out to me, so there was this thing.
So you hadn't spoken in years?
Not much.
And he walked, so when you
I went to his
him,
house.
You went to his house
with the microphones. That's a humbling experience.
Did you tell him you were coming, or you just
No, he knew. He wanted. We didn't hate each other. We just didn't talk much, and it used to hurt my heart. And then he called me on it in the middle of that show.
Right.
He said, when you couldn't talk to me, I might have needed a friend. You were being a shitty friend. And I almost got I got a little choked up, and I let the moment happen. And then since then, we've been in touch. We've been all right.
Did there come a time for a lot of comedians, this real sign of success was if Marc Maron hated you?
I do a lot of apologizing on my show.
Right.
Yes,
you do.
I do.
But that takes a big man to do that.
Well, it took a while.
Yeah.
That's what happened with John, is I called him up. I'm like, hey, I'm the apologize guy.
Right.
So, I call him up, and I'm like, let's do this. I apologize to people. That's my new thing.
Right.
And he's like, well, I don't know if you remember what a dick you were.
Wow.
To me.
What did he remind you of? What had you done?
I was a dick.
How were you a dick?
Well, when we were starting out, like, I was doing my angry kind of like, I'm the rebel guy.
Right.
And he was always a great comic.
Right.
I got, he's a talented
terrific,
guy.
yeah.
And he's a funny guy. But like he had just done, like, I think his first big break, like he would host like MTV Spring Break or something.
That drove you nuts.
Yeah, well, yeah, right away.
Yeah.
So he would.
I love that you're honest about it.
Well, no, he would walk in. Like there was one moment, where I was on stage at the Boston Comedy Club.
Right.
And John walks in, and I'm on stage. There's probably not a lot of people there. And I said, "Hey, how's sucking Satan's cock?" That kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And and he didn't know what the hell to do with that. And
meanwall, you would have loved that opportunity to suck Satan's cock and go on MTV.
Where is Satan's cock?
Yeah, it took me 40 years. No, Satan fortunately never wanted me to suck his dick. I was one of the lucky ones. Satan never said, "You're ready," and I'm like, no, he never showed up.
And in a way, thank God, John was sort of strong inside, because when you get that kind of criticism from your fellow comics, you start to even question yourself.
I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely, and I do, and I honestly, like, and then there was another time, like he put me on his show too when he had this show on MTV. Like he would have me on as a comic guest. He was good to me.
Right.
And I was always sort of standoffish with him. It was weird. And then there was a couple of great moments with him and I. Like there was one time, like when I started hosting Short Attention Span Theater, that was 1992, and he had started that show, and I was Captain Rebel, fuck show business. He had me when I started hosting that show. He had me into his office. I don't remember which show he was hosting at the time, one of the Jon Stewart show, and he brought me into his office, and I was like, "So what's up? How's the doing my thing?" And he goes, "Don't you host Short Attention Span Theater?" I go, "Yeah, I do." He goes, "You have no right to talk to me like this anymore."
Right. Yeah. You took a show that I did.
Yeah. You have no. And he put that in my face. And then years later, he was hosting some event I was at, and I came up to him. I started in again. He's like, "I really don't need to take this shit from you.
Right.
I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk to you at all."
Right.
So this went on for years. But the weird thing was when I called up, like,
you were bullying him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And when I called up, like, "Come on, let's do the apology thing," he's like, "There's no love here."
Right. Good for him. I mean, good for him in a way.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Why do I need to put myself through it?
It was a great moment for me for him to say that, because I needed to hear that.
So is he on? So he's never been on the podcast?
No, he said he would have coffee with me, maybe.
Right.
But no, he's
not going to put it out there up for everyone.
No, he's not a very public guy, and I get that. And to be honest with you, because however angry you are,
I can tell it really bothers you, because you know what? John's a really nice guy. He really is. I mean, I've met a lot of people, and John is sincerely one of the nicest people I've ever met. And I don't know him that well off air. He's done my show many times. But one time I was hanging out at a hotel in Los Angeles, where I'm up, and John was just staying at the same hotel, and we got to talking. And I said, "Gee, what a genuinely nice guy! Like there was no hidden agenda, So like it's got to drive you crazy now that you're enlightened somewhat."
It does. It does. But I tell you honestly, Howard, there's a. When he said, I was on the phone. I was in Portland, Oregon. And I just Gallagher had just been in my hotel room and stormed out in the middle of a podcast. I interviewed that nut, and and here I am, right? And he had just said, "I'm not doing this," and he stormed out of the fucking room.
Right.
And that happened. And then I'm on the phone I'm in Portland, Oregon. Gallagher just walked out of my show, and I'm on the phone. John calls me back, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I want to do this show." And when he said that to me. He said, I don't have to do that. I don't want to do that. Why would I do that? And I'm like, all right, he's right. Who the hell do I think I am?
Right.
And he says, maybe we'll have coffee. I hung up the phone. I'm like, all right, that was a genuine thing there. But there's part of me that's like, no, I'm not going to have coffee. Like there's still, I got to fight.
You're still angry.
There is that guy still there.
It's still there.
Yeah. Well, it never leaves.
It doesn't?
No.
Maybe it gets a little quieter.
Yeah, it definitely gets quieter.
I relate to what you're saying. I have picked up the phone and called people that I have because of my anger. Yeah. And I have tremendous anger, too.
Do you know where it comes from?
I believe I do.
Where?
Well, I know where your anger comes from, because I've read something about your history.
Yeah.
I mean, it all goes back to parenting and all that. Your father was a doctor.
Yeah.
Cold and aloof.
Yeah, gone. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, and a narcissist, your dad, because he would steal moments from you.
Always did yesterday.
He did, because I was reading that, like, even at your high school graduation, your father turns to you at your graduation.
My college graduation.
It was your college graduation. Yeah, and your father turns to you and he goes, I don't feel good. I'm going to go kill myself.
Yeah, I don't want to live anymore.
I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
Now, when your dad does that, he sucks your moment. It's your college graduation.
Yeah.
Why did he choose that moment to tell you he was going to kill himself?
No, it happened throughout my life. I mean, this is something that happened throughout my life. And
a successful guy, doctor, and
I don't know what the hell his problem was. I try to figure out, even in the book, I'm like, I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know what causes that. But you're right about that's a very good way to look at it. I never really thought about it like that. That he erases yourself. He erases your sense of self. All about him.
So if you've gone through your life feeling like you can't get inside, you're an outsider, you can't get your parents' attention.
Yeah.
Sounds like your mother was very self-absorbed too.
Yeah, she's gotten better.
And anorexic.
A little bit.
You once went on the air and said my mother weighs 119 pounds, and she called you up to correct you and say, no, I weigh 116 pounds.
Yeah, she was upset about that.
Yeah. So
in the book, I talk about her getting new boobs.
Right.
But and she don't care about that.
Right.
But as long as I get the weight right, we're going to be okay.
Is she better with her weight now?
She doesn't look at it as a problem. It's just her job.
Right.
Is maintaining the weight.
Skinny.
Yeah, that's her job. She once said to me 5 years, within the last 4 years, she pulled me aside and said, Mark, if you were fat, I don't think I could love you.
Isn't that something?
This was a couple of years ago.
If your mother says to you, if you were fat, I don't think I could love you.
Right.
And your father steals all your moments from you.
It's amazing. I got a sense of self.
How can you not be angry about, you're probably still a little kid inside trying to get some attention, get someone to look at you. And then when the world isn't looking at you and is looking at Jon Stewart and looking at 𝗦𝗵cie, you go berserk and you lash out. And it makes perfect sense. And my own anger, I would do the same thing. I would go into a new radio market and scream about guys I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah. Where's yours come from?
Well, look, without going into my story, I think that I have a lot of issues in terms of wanting attention.
Yeah.
And not growing up in a certain way. And, I mean, you can go into a whole psychological profile.
Sure.
My father raped me repeatedly, anally. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, this is the best interview ever.
Yeah, right. No, but like you say, your dad would do weird things, too, like you were at your grandfather's funeral.
Yeah, that was
and your dad started to put his fingers in your grandpa's mouth.
Well, he was a doctor, so you never know. It's an interesting thing with doctors. There's always a clinical element.
Right.
Yeah, there's a
the emotions out the window.
Right. Like even in the book I talk about the time where he brought another guy in to give me a proctological exam at the house.
Yeah, now I read that. Now I know where your anger comes from.
Yeah.
You're a kid.
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
I was probably 7 or 8. We just moved to a new town.
And you felt you had
I had a pain in my stomach, right? So my father, who's an orthopedic, not an internist, he's an orthopedic,
not a proctologist,
right? No, and he's going to examine me. He's my dad. He's a doctor. So he gives me that examination. He sticks his finger in my ass.
Where did this occur? In your bedroom?
No, I don't know. I can't remember where that one occurred. Where when the initial examination, I don't know where it occurred. But there's a moment there where you're like, he's a doctor. This is something that happens. But in retrospect, I don't know how you process that as a kid, right? So in my memory, he doesn't know what the hell's wrong with me, really? Because it's not his line. He's a bone guy.
Right.
So he finger bangs me.
Well, so he brought you somewhere in a room.
Yeah. And
bends you over.
Yeah, and he gives me that.
And sticks his finger all the way up your ass.
Right, to see if I have appendicitis. He thinks I have appendicitis.
Is that the proper way to even diagnose appendicitis?
I have no idea. All I know is he brought another guy over.
Stop.
No, he did. This is the thing.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. So
no wonder you're angry.
Yeah, so he realizes that, he can't diagnose it. So we've been in town, maybe, in my memory, a matter of weeks. We moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico from Alaska. So he does that. He says, I don't know. So he knows one doctor that he met in Albuquerque, right? One guy who does this. So he comes over to the house. So now we're in the bathroom, and now doctor's giving me the examination.
Finger up the ass,
yeah,
too.
And my
Wow.
father's sitting there watching, and I'm like,
oh my God, it's humiliating.
Right. So I'm thinking, like, God, if a cop or if anyone walked in on that, what would they say? It's okay, we're doctors. We're doctors. This is my son. So,
well, that's got to damage you. I mean, you're joking about it here, but it is. In other words, it's so
still on his mind.
It's so invasive.
Yeah.
It's like, look what you write about. your dad put his fingers in your grandpa's mouth.
To look at his teeth. That was the weirdest thing, dude.
Maybe he was checking for gold fillings.
I know. He said he didn't recognize him.
Right.
And, I guess that, people in grief or people in that moment, but you're Jewish, I'm a Jew, so it was a very odd situation that, we're at the funeral, and he's a little, he's working the room, he's a little perkier than he should be. And, there's a funeral director there. The Jews don't open the casket, right? So the funeral director standing by. I see my father talking to her, and I'm like, oh, what is this about? What's he doing? And it's a woman, which is, this young woman is a funeral director. And I see him talking to her, and I walk up and go, what's going on? And my father goes, I want to see the body.
Right.
I'm like, okay. I mean, that's all right. It's reasonable. You can do that. So she walks us in there, and there's a casket, the pine box. The woman opens up the top of the pine box and pulls the tallis away from my grandfather's little dead head.
Yeah.
And there's his face.
Right.
And I'm standing there next to my father, and then he just reaches down and he pulls his mouth open with his finger. And the woman was beautiful. This woman, she goes, is there a problem with the mouth? And my old man just says, I just want to see his teeth. It's him. It's like if there was a question, it's him.
Maybe it was his way of dominating his dad in some weird way.
It was definitely a boundaryless situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but
did it remind you of getting a finger stuck in your ass, sir? So it's like the fingers are going everywhere in inappropriate places.
No, I kind of put this stuff in my mind in a certain way because you grow up with somebody who's like that, who's a doctor. You don't always think in that way.
Yeah, I guess. But it just seems, are they happy for you now, or were they also very negative about you going into comedy? Were they not that supportive?
I think my father, because, he battled a bit with depression, and it was always sort of, that was my way of I think that the only way that I managed to get any sense of self was fighting them or making them laugh. Like, I could always make my dad laugh. I could talk to him about, I could put his shit.
You had to work so hard to get your dad to pay attention to you.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So there's your anger. What's the fucking mystery? Well, we didn't fix it.
But your dad made you funny. Now we got to look at the other side.
No, he didn't.
Too.
That's bullshit.
Come on.
He made himself
funny. It was the hard work of making his dad laugh, crafting those jokes for his dad. That was the beginning of his funny.
I think I was protecting myself, and I think you're right to a certain degree. And I get along with him all right. We'll see what happens with the book. He is upset. There is some moments, but
his dad's master plan in life wasn't to make him funny.
No, his dad obviously had problems and wasn't thinking about his life at all.
His dad didn't make him funny. He was funny, and that was what he used to get his dad's attention. But
what? You need to have practice, Howard. You need to have a rough audience, and that's what his dad was.
The thing that makes Mark angry is giving away his talent to his father, too. Let him have something of his own. His father didn't have jack shit to do with him being funny.
And I have to tell you,
what the fuck is funny about this?
It's very funny. That's where most comedians get it from. They're trying to protect themselves and make somebody who's dangerous laugh.
You getting laid at all? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. You are. Yeah, I got to.
How many times you been married?
Twice.
Jesus.
Twice, no kids.
You get married again?
I think so. Wouldn't you? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Keep doing it until you get it right.
You got a nice woman now.
I do. She's adorable, and she's
how old?
She's 29.
How old are you?
I'm 49.
Okay, that's the right age.
That's right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do a little over half, right?
That's right. That works. Where'd you meet her, in a comedy club?
No, she emailed me, and she was
she admires you.
Yeah, she was she listened to my show, and I met her, and it was touch and go at the beginning, but it's sort of leveled off. She's at the hotel right now,
waiting,
sleeping.
Right.
But it's
what
great.
What was touch and go at the beginning?
Well, when you meet somebody that way, you as a comic, you don't really date much. You get off stage and you're sort of like, what? Really? Okay, that sounds good.
Is that how it works? Is like a rock star when you get off stage, if there are girls sort of hanging around?
Lined up. No.
And so you take them back to the hotel and you bang them, right?
That happens.
Yeah, it's not a lot of dating. It's not a lot of romance.
No, I don't know how to do that. There was a period after the second wife left where, there was I was kind of trying to fuck her out of my heart. That's not really dating.
What was wrong with the second wife? Was she young too?
She was 13 years younger. I think she just had enough of me because
it's hard being married to a comic.
Well, like with the anger stuff, now that I've gotten beaten down and that I'm more prone to crying than yelling.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, well, I'm difficult, but it's gotten a lot better. I really think that when the second one left, which I didn't see coming, and she was something else.
Was she cheating on you?
I don't. It's unclear.
Right.
I mean, she did end up with a guy that she had met. She was definitely emotionally cheating. I didn't really pursue it.
Isn't that the worst? Because then when you go off on the road and you're doing your thing and you're thinking, but gee, back home, who knows if my wife's with me, if she's not. I mean, it's
well, yeah, and when you're insecure, that happens anyways. That'll ruin a relationship.
Right.
She was very pretty, and after a while, you can't afford the energy of the jealousy. But I don't know really. I haven't really investigated when it started. But she left. And a lot of it was because of the anger. People who live with angry people, they eventually just fill up with it and they get drained.
Were
and
you
they leave.
insanely jealous? Like, was your jealousy off the charts with her because she was so beautiful?
No, I gave up on it because
you said I can't even deal with it.
Yeah, what do you? Because you're just going to keep making up shit. Like I remember one time I asked her, I said, do other guys hit on you? She's like, look at me, and I'm like, all right,
every minute.
yeah. Well, that's comforting. I guess I'm gonna have to let that go.
Do you know who she's with now?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How'd you find out?
You just Google it.
You Googled her.
It's like Googling cancer.
So are you obsessed with her?
No.
Is she dating Jon Stewart, in fact?
I don't know. Someone ought to tell his wife. But no, she just had a baby, and I think she's having another one. I don't keep in touch with her.
You just keep Googling her.
No, I don't Google her. I did it once. I'm pretty over it. I've resolved a lot of that stuff. I did a lot of comedy on it. I've talked about it a bit. I'm over that. And, I'm just trying to be the right guy with this one.
Is the new one very beautiful as well?
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, so there you go. You can have the same issues.
I'm okay. This one's different. She doesn't take any shit. She works. She works with autistic kids and severely emotionally abused children. So she's perfect for me.
Right.
I mean, she
knows how to handle you.
She does. I mean, she has actually looked me in the eye and honestly said, "Use your words."
Right.
Use your words.
Well, thank God you got a show now. No wonder you're feeling better about yourself.
Yeah.
You're on IFC, and the show
It did help. Everything, the podcast, and it helped.
Success helps. The podcast became popular, and you created a TV show off the podcast.
Right. So basically, my life now. As a comic, you go in every few years, and hopefully your life has changed enough for someone to be interested to make a show. So yeah, it's based on.
Is it a sitcom?
Yeah, it's a half-hour scripted comedy.
Thank God you got this, because like when you start seeing like young comer-uppers like Amy Schumer and Whitney Cummings getting jobs and getting TV shows, you probably were going psychotic.
No, nothing but hope for the best for those people.
No, you don't. Because didn't you even say age-wise? I still need my break. You can't give it to these kids.
I try not to get jealous of women.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fortunately, I don't think that's a job I could have had.
Right. Different category.
Whitney. Yeah.
You don't think you could have been Whitney?
No, I don't think so.
What about those roasts? Do you ever do those? Because
I did the _Chevy Chase roast, and it was one of the worst nights of my life.
Why?
Because when you're an angry guy, generally when you're
Chevy's angry too.
Yeah, but he didn't want to be there.
Right.
I mean, it was and I liked that guy when I was a kid.
Sure.
But like, I'm not great with roasting, or I didn't used to be, because when you're angry, if you're insulting somebody, it's to hurt them.
Right.
So my tone isn't quite right. But I'd written jokes, and I'd never done a roast before. But I remember I got up there, and that place was the dais was big.
Right.
It was huge. It was not, I'd never done it before.
Right.
And, thank God they sweetened that thing, because literally I got up on stage. It must have been 2,000 people. It was right over here at the Hilton. It was, and I was just bombing. And Chevy's sitting right there. He doesn't give a fuck. Right. Everybody I know in comedy, and I'm bombing. And at some point I'm like, oh my God, this is going horribly.
Right.
And then I got to laugh, and it kind of broke. The jokes were good, but like I literally, like I could feel my personality disintegrating, and I was starting to sweat. And after that night, I went up into my hotel room. I was with my buddy Sam Lipsyte. He writes novels, and I'm literally on the verge of tears. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
And it must have been so sad. I mean, comedy in general, right?
Everything. Yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on.
Because here you are waiting for a big break. You're trying to get your profile up. You get in front of a big crowd. You know it's going to be on Comedy Central, and you fucking tanked.
I'm tanking.
Yeah, and you're like, how can that be?
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the liability.
And you say it was your anger because you were so angry that it didn't come off fun.
Well, no, I wasn't angry. I just wanted the jokes to work. I wasn't angry at him. Like, I just, like, doing those jokes, it's hard for me to deliberate how to do them. I've gotten better. That was a few years ago.
It's a different style, right?
Yeah, it is a style.
It's not like your stand-up act.
No, it is. It's definitely, there has to be a warm-heartedness to it, or it's not. But it just wasn't working. But they sweetened it, and people can't understand when I talk about this. Oh, yeah, look good to me. And I'm like, dude, they helped out.
The room was dead, right?
And it was 2,000 dead room. It was not, and there's no more feeling alone. That is the loneliest feeling in the world.
It's amazing you ever even went into stand-up comedy with all your self-doubt and all this pain. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I don't know that I ever got into it initially to be an entertainer.
Right.
Like, I think I got into it because it's like when I watched comedy when I was a kid, it was like those guys got an angle on things. They can understand. You know, they've got a way of managing the world.
Did you know Kinnison at all?
Oh, yeah, I did. I did my graduate work in shopping lines with Sam at the Comedy Store.
Oh, were you a drug guy, too?
No, I was a drug guy. I haven't done drugs in 13 years, but when I was 21 years old,
right,
I went out to Los Angeles. I met him. Dude.
You hung with him.
It was 1987. I went out there to be a comic to Hollywood.
Right.
I get a job as the doorman at the Comedy Store.
Right.
And it's right before his time. It's right before he breaks, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know this guy. I'd seen him once on TV and quite frankly didn't like him. I was like, he screams a lot. You know, I don't know, what kind of comedy is that? And I meet Carl. It was the weirdest fucking time. Dude, I met Carl LeBeau. You know Carl?
Yeah, I know Carl.
So Carl, like, you know, everyone's buzzing about Sam. I'm like, I don't know who Sam is. I'm the new head doorman. Carl comes up to me and goes, so you're the new head doorman? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we did that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, Sam's out on the road, but you seem all right. And he gives me his watch.
Carl
I'm like,
does?
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I just want you to have a gift. It's from us. And I'm like, what's going on? Is this the Manson family?
Yeah, well,
So,
and what happens in comedy? If you're the doorman at the Comedy Store, that means you also get shots on stage?
You have to be a comic there. You know, we had, at that time, when you were a doorman, the Comedy Store is its own universe.
Right.
And I just entered it. And when you're a doorman, you're a non-paid regular. And you had access to do spots in the belly room upstairs. So what we would have to do is you get people leaving the other rooms and be like, you want more comedy? We got guys upstairs. And you bring them upstairs.
So your payment wasn't money. It was getting stage time.
Right. And you got paid for the door a little bit. And I ended up living in the house that 𝗦𝘵cie owned behind the Comedy Store.
Right.
Where,
So you get some perks.
Right. Where Dice used to live and everything. But the first meeting
You friends with Dice?
I lived in his old room.
Right.
I don't really know him. I used to see these guys around. I always feel very connected to people very quickly, but I don't know them. But
Kinnison, you know.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time listening to that guy.
Yeah.
Hours and
party
hours
with him.
Well, it was sort of my job. It became the first time I met him. It was pretty insane. Like, he comes back in, and I'd already passed the Carl test, and I was given my watch.
Right.
So now, you know, I got to go up and hang out with Sam. And I thought I was a pretty, you know, Mr. Rock and Roll dude. I thought I could handle the drugs. And,
Yeah.
you know, I was doing drugs on my own. So I'm living in this house, and Sam goes, you know, we go one-on-one, right? So I'd never met Sam before. And we're sitting there, and we're doing blow.
Right.
And, you know, it's just me and him. He's right here. He's looking me in the eye. He goes, look me in the eyes, Marin. Can't trust a man who doesn't look me in the eyes. And so I'm like, I don't know this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking him in the eyes. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. You know, and he's giving me the Sam riff and like, you know, I'm gonna help you out, man. You know, and the whole bit.
Right.
And then we run out of blow.
Uh-oh.
And he's and this is the first time I meet this guy. It's like 4 a.m. He's like, we need more blow. And I'm like, I don't know anybody. He's like, wait, you got a car? So we get in my car. This is the first time I met the guy.
Yeah.
And we're driving down Sunset, and he's like in and out of consciousness. And it's like, you know,
I know that look.
Yeah, you know, and he's like, and then he snaps up at one point. He goes, I don't even know you. You could kill me. And I'm like, where are we going?
Yeah, what are we doing?
So
and he was hopelessly addicted. You probably were that, like, you didn't need that
No,
much
I
coke.
definitely learned my lesson. I left Hollywood hearing voices in my head and thinking things were chasing me. I left Hollywood after a year and got my passport renewed because I might have to leave. I thought they were chasing me.
Right.
But we drive to this guy's house. It's 4 a.m. You know, me and Sam rings the intercom. He's like, it's Sam, what's up? You know, and I'm like, oh, where are we? Somewhere on Crescent Heights or whatever. And we go up to this door. And Sam's like knocking on the door. And this guy opens the door. He's in a bathrobe. You know, he's got long blonde hair. And he's like, could you just be cool? My roommate's sleeping. He's like, you got anything? And we go into this guy's room. And, you know, and Sam just falls on the floor. And he goes, you got any booze? And then, like, for some reason, all this guy had was miniatures. And he gives Sam
miniature bottles of booze.
Yeah, he gives he gives a little bottle of vodka. So he gives a little fat Sam who's on the floor with this mini Smirnoff bottle. So you just see Sam. He looks like a giant.
It's like Gulliver in the land of booze.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So he's drinking this and he passes out. And I don't know the guy.
The drug dealer.
I don't know Sam really. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to take off. He's like, you're not leaving him here.
Right. It's your responsibility.
Right. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't want him to pull a 𝗛𝗵cie on me.
Wow.
So now I got to walk, you know, Sam, you know, get him up and get him out and get him back to where I live. And he passes out on the floor.
It's like you're his nurse.
Yeah. Well, weirder shit happened. There's a story with a Satanist that is one of the best stories.
A Satanist?
And did you see him piss on somebody? Like
he pissed on my bed.
Why?
You want to hear that?
I mean, I don't know. What is that?
Dude, this guy, I mean, you know this guy.
Yeah,
you had
I know
experience.
him, yeah.
He entered a zone, but this was for a reason.
That he pissed on your bed?
Yeah, it was an interesting reason. I'll tell you the story. He back then, like, I was a 21-year-old kid, and I was out of my mind on drugs, and and I grew to love Sam's stuff. When
his material was amazing.
Well, yeah, I saw him develop the whole homosexual necrophiliac bit. I saw that happen, the evolution of that bit, and the first time do you know that bit?
Yes, of course.
The first time when he did that
laying
bit,
there in the morgue.
Yeah, when he did that in the main room, and you see him on the ground, he just starts rocking. Well, what's that? It was mind blowing.
Right, he was a mind-blowing comic.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
I still listen to Hotter Than Hell once a year, or twice a year.
Right.
So anyways, the Comedy Store is its own universe, and there was this guy that used to hang around. His name was Dave. He was a Satanist. He had like a pentagram tattooed over his heart. He had weird Illuminati tattoos. He looked like Christopher Walken. He was a dope fiend. He was a heroin junkie.
Right.
And he was a hanger-on. He'd hang out.
Right.
Sam couldn't stand him. All right, so my job ultimately became, like Sam, on Monday nights, it was no cover night. So I was the head door guy, and I was sort of part of it. But he never let me on the inner circle, thank God. I got spit out by that crew. But what he would do, he would show up about 11:30, and you could feel him coming about an hour before. He had that kind of energy. He'd give me a couple $100, and my job would be, I'd go out, pick up booze, cigarettes, and stash booze around the house, and he'd bring a crew of weirdos up there to party for 2 or 3 days.
Right.
So I'd go do that. So one night the party happened, and Dave comes, and he's there, and and Sam comes, and already, like, because I'm so involved with the energy of the thing, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a problem. Dave's at the table, and Sam would hold court, and all kinds of people. So at some point the party's going on. And I should preface this by saying, like, 2 days before this party, Sam had brought all his guitars and amps up to the house, and we had a jam session.
Right, he was always jamming.
Yeah, we had a big jam session out on the patio over Hollywood. It was fun. I couldn't keep up with him and Carl, but we had a good time. And all his guitars and equipment were in my little bedroom because I didn't bring them home yet. I need to set that up. All right, so here's the party. It's going on somewhere, on day 2. Dave stands up and goes, I'm going to tell Anton LaVey about you.
Right.
And the head of the Satanist church. Who cares? A clown.
Right.
And, I'm going to tell him you're not a real Satanist. So Sam just stands up and he throws a drink in this guy's face and he starts pounding on him.
Oh, my God. Just beating him up.
Yeah. And that was his style. Drink, boom, know. So I'm like, oh, man. So, Dave, his shirt's ripped open. He's running around and I pull him aside. So you got to get out of here. He goes, I'm not leaving. And I'm like, you got to get out of here. It's crazy. You're ruining the party. And you're getting beat up. And
but he's not leaving.
He's not leaving. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put you in my room.
Right.
And you lock yourself in there. And
so Sam can't get to you.
Right. And I got to go because I got a friend coming in. A buddy of mine from Boston is coming in. I told him all about how I'm living in L.A. and I got to pick him up at the airport. So I put Dave in my room. I go to the airport. I pick up Bill. I take him to his hotel, and I sleep over there because I don't even want to go back over there.
Right. He wants to be part of that.
That's right.
Right.
So the next morning, this is whoever's been going has been going at least 2 days now.
Right.
So I take him back over to the house. Bill. Who I told everything.
Sam's brother.
No.
Bill,
my friend Bill.
Okay,
who's coming to visit me.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I'm living the life. So Bill has no idea, what's going on. So we go over to the house because I'm going to show him the house. So we walk in and Sam's still there with a couple other people. All right. So the party has dwindled down to just 2 or 3 people and Sam doing blow at 10 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And I walk in. First I go over to my room. The door's been kicked in. Okay. And all the equipment's gone. The shit is broken. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So me and Bill walk into this room, and Carl's there and a couple other people. And I just stand there at the table, and Sam looks up and he goes, I pissed on your bed, Marin.
Why?
You want to know why?
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, I do want to know why, Sam, because you let that moron sleep with my guitars. So it's a weird moment. There's a beat, and I look at my friend Bill, and I say, I told you I knew him.
All right. Wow.
And then after that, he kicked me out of the band and kicked me out of the group, and I wandered off, and I was able to rebuild. I went back to New Mexico. I cleaned up the first time, and I went back to Boston.
Being in Sam's orbit, you could get caught up in the whole
I'm so glad I
drug
got out.
Yeah.
Because, I started my own thing. I mean, that was 87, 88. I went back to Boston, got a job in a coffee shop, started doing stand-up at Catch a Rising Star.
You got your life back together.
Yeah,
it was a good thing Sam peed on your bed.
Yeah,
it was the best thing. One of the best things that ever happened to me.
I noticed with people who hung around with Sam, they'd start to lose themselves and become sort of part of Sam's entourage, and then never sort of pick up their own lives.
Happens with a lot of entourages. I see it to this day.
Yeah.
There was the Dice entourage. There are guys that have entourages, and it becomes difficult to find your own personality if you're what Mike Becker used to call them is satellite comics.
Right. Yeah.
Satellite.
Yeah,
comics.
and they kind of latch on, and then they lose themselves. So it's good you got away from them. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, listen. Mark's book, Attempting Normal, is in stores now
today. Yeah.
Where a lot of these stories exist. In the book you talk about I don't know, at some point you tried to become a writer on Saturday Night Live.
A performer, yeah.
Performer writer.
Yeah.
And you had your big meeting with 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄.
Yeah.
And you walk in the office and you sit down and he has candy on his desk.
Yeah.
And you swear that you think you didn't get that Saturday Night Live job because you ate the candy off his desk.
Well, I was a little high.
You showed up high for the meeting with Lorne?
A little bit, just a little pot.
Why would you do that? Wasn't that a big deal to you to make it onto Saturday Night Live?
It was.
And yet just show up high because you got to have your wits about you to talk to Lorne, no?
Yeah, but I also I believed in I romanticized the mythology of Saturday Night Live. I thought I should just have a little bit. I wasn't wasted. I didn't go, and it was weird because when I had that meeting, I walked out. Tracy Morgan was waiting to go in.
Wow!
And I'd never seen his hair look so good. It was so shiny and perfect. It was beautiful.
And why do you think you didn't get it? Because Lorne keeps a jar of candy.
Well, obviously, I read into I thought it was some sort of test in the moment, and the whole thing was. And it was another weird moment because I'm sitting there with Lorne Michaels, and he's looking at me in the eyes weird, like Sam did back in the day.
Right.
To the point where Higgins, the head writer, Lorne's just looking at me.
Right.
And Higgins goes, Lorne, and he's like, you can tell a lot from looking in someone's eyes.
Uh-oh.
So now I'm sitting there trying to exude starness, from my eye. He just.
And if I was high on pot, I would be paranoid if somebody said that to me.
I think that's where the candy theory came in. Yeah, who the hell knows why I didn't get it?
So you saw the candy, you grabbed a piece of candy, and you think that was some sort of test between Lorne and Higgins. The people who take the candy.
Right, that's what I thought in the moment.
Types.
Yeah, because he was very weird. He sat me down.
You are whacked out of your head.
A little bit.
Yeah, but maybe you're onto something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's 20 years ago. I'm a lot less whacked out of my head.
Are there other people who have failed the candy test? I would like.
We have to reach out.
Yeah. Do you end up watching Saturday Night Live that season and going, let me see who got hired?
I didn't, because at that time, I didn't even know really what I was up for. It was very exciting. In my heart, I'm a pretty sensitive, shy, kind of weird guy.
Right.
That's what it's all defenses. And I think all of this stuff it hurt me more than anything else.
Right.
The bitterness, when that went away. When the cynicism and all that stuff went away, a lot of the podcasts, for the first year, it was really just me trying to reconnect with people, become a person again. But in retrospect, the sort of jumping through the hoops with Lorne and meeting Lorne, I think he wanted to teach me a lesson. Because if you remember in the mid-'90s, we were doing alternative comedy. We were doing Luna down on the Lower East Side.
Right.
And it had gotten some attention in the New York Times. And I put this together in retrospect. Where, because I walk in there, he sits me down, and he goes, I don't know what you think you're doing down there below 14th Street, but it means nothing. So, I think...
And he was probably right.
Yeah, it probably. I mean, some good people came out of that, but, and it helped me a lot. But on a business level, maybe.
Right.
And then he says comedians are like monkeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people go to the zoo, they like the bear because it's intense, and the lion is scary, but the monkey makes everybody laugh. And in that moment, I chose to go, as long as they're not throwing shit at you.
Yeah.
And that didn't go over.
Right.
Yeah, so there was these moments of missed beats, and I kept looking at those Jolly Ranchers, and finally I took a Jolly Rancher, and I put it in my mouth, and I swear, in my memory, Higgins and Lorne looked at each other like, that's it. He's out.
He took the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, took the Jolly, that's it. It's over.
He didn't pass the test.
I heard I was brought in later, some guy, writer guy who had written an article on alternative comedy said, I heard that they were just using you to get Norm to re-up.
Oh, really?
It was a political thing.
It was like a threat thing.
And I'd never even thought of show business being political.
What is alternative comedy? Is it like political comedy?
No, alternative comedy at the time, I think there was a group of us that, I'm a mainstream comic in the way that I came up in the club system. I did my time at the store, I did my time on the road, but they started a venue downtown where you could do whatever the hell you wanted. There was no one was really paying. There was no drinks that had to be sold, and you were sort of encouraged to sort of, indulge yourself.
Right.
And, that's how I used it as a workshop. But it also, that whole scene sort of gave birth to the whole comic produced show and a whole generation of comics that didn't have to abide by the club system. So
Are you a comedy snob? I've heard that. No. Let me ask you what I mean by that.
I used to be.
Guys who do prop comedy and, who use props on stage, and guys who do impressions and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you look at guys like that and go, they're not real comics?
No, they're entertainers.
Right.
I mean, you got to separate the thing. There was a time in the 80s where, you had Bodex and you had hacks and you had prop comics, and there was this sort of, rebel spirit of fuck that guy. He's, hackneyed is hackneyed, and, you don't really want to deal with that. And, but prop comics, it was sort of sad. I went and saw Carrot Top's show
right
in at the Luxor. I was doing this cross-country thing for something, and we stopped there. and I kind of went in with this camera crew and interviewed him. And he's not a happy guy.
Because he does prop comedy?
Well, no, because he's looked at as like this antichrist.
Right.
And it was kind of touching because I go to this show. I don't really know Scott.
But he makes a ton of money.
No, and he's happy with that. And I interviewed him for the podcast too. But I go to the show and I watch his show and he's doing his thing. And it is what it is.
Right.
But in the middle of it, he goes, I just want everyone to say I'm a little nervous tonight. There's a real comic in the room. But he's talking about me.
Right. But isn't a laugh? I mean, does it matter how you get that laugh? Why does it matter? Because I talk to so many comedians about this. I'm not a stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Why does it matter if you can make a room laugh?
Yeah.
Why does it matter if you use a prop?
I don't care.
Some people do, though.
I mean,
what is a ventriloquist? Are they? That's a prop.
Are they the lowest on the comedy?
How many are left? I mean, there's 3 of them. That's the weird thing. It's like I hate ventriloquists. Which of the 2?
How can you hate them?
There's 2 guys.
They're extinct.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? There's Dunham and I don't even know who else. There's a woman in England that does ventriloquist.
Did you ever try to go on one of these shows? Like at the time they had the most talented
Star Search
or most talented comic?
No. I was never cut out for that shit.
Right,
It's
not your thing.
No, I don't like competing for that. Yeah, it's competitive enough. What I got to go figure out how to do 4 minutes to let B-level people tell me I'm no good.
You have integrity.
I don't say that I have integrity. I just don't know how else to do it, Howard. I mean, I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it.
No, I respect that.
There was
I do.
No
I like
adapting.
I feel you have integrity.
Thank you.
I do.
I appreciate that.
Mark Maron. Look at this guy. He's on fire now.
Fire.
He doesn't have to be jealous anymore of Jon Stewart. He doesn't have to be jealous anymore.
Could you guys just hold
CK.
back your success so that Mark can get along in life?
I feel this is the year of Mark Maron.
Oh, God, I hope you're right. I'm 49 years old.
It's got to be. It's got to be your year. It's your time.
It's your time.
This is it.
Did you ever date another comedian? Did you ever go out with a female comic?
Well, my second wife was a comic.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was a model, and then she turned into a comic.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You can do
model
that?
comic.
You're allowed to do that?
She doesn't do it anymore. She wrote a book a while back about her life growing up with a father. She's a writer, but she stopped doing it. I think that I had sort of a Machiavellian cock. When she left me, I made sure to strategically fuck anybody that would make her uncomfortable coming back into comedy. I mean, I'm that narcissistic. I fucked her out of the business, but look, she's doing fine.
She's just doing okay.
She's doing good. She's doing good.
Oh my God, what a tortured life.
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're all right. Mark's book, Did you ever go on medication? Did you ever try to calm your anger by medicating yourself?
I think that in the big, I've decided that my problem is really anxiety, that I get worked up, and the anger's a little better. I was on Prozac for a while, for like 6 months, but it was years ago. No. It was weird because they used to market it as it could give you a new personality, right? But the old one's still locked inside. Yes. So you feel like you're in this, let me out.
You feel like you're in a prison.
You do. It's like you feel like your personality's become a phantom limb. You're like, there used to be something here.
And as a comic, you need to be in touch with your inner person.
I only did it for a few months. I don't do anything. I don't do any medicine. I eat these nicotine lozenges constantly, and I drink a lot of coffee.
You don't smoke anymore. You don't smoke.
Not in 10 years, 11 years.
Mark's book, Attempting Normal, is in stores now. Very intense book, right?
It is. There's a
like
lot
an open wound.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
I try to mix it up though. I talk about my divorces, and I talk about buying pants. I mix it up.
Yeah. And check out Mark Maron's podcast, which 300,000-400,000 people a week are checking out. That's available on iTunes and at WTFpod.com.
That's it. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is.
It's a website, Howard.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know from podcasts.
Yeah, come on.
Corolla says his is the #1 podcast. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, we're all in the top 10 a lot, but it's like between me and Rogan and Corolla and Chris Hardwick and but usually in the big podcast picture, Ira Glass is #1. That's just
Ira Glass. That's the NPR guy?
Yeah. This American Life is usually the #1 podcast. But in comedy, there's about 5 or 6 that kind of stay up there and you move around. It's hard to figure out.
So we have different charts like Billboard. So there's the comedy chart.
Yeah, but then there's the all-around chart.
Overall universe.
The overall universe is Ira Glass's universe.
All right, let's go to Curtis.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Mark, you really shouldn't be all that jealous because, especially of Jon Stewart. I mean, because he's funny and you're really not.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Well, I don't know that, you know, people say that. You know, it's interesting.
You mean you've heard this before?
What's that, buddy?
I feel like we're on Twitter now.
Yeah, no, me too.
You should let John stick his finger in your ass. It'll help.
Oh, really? All right, I'll ask him.
You know, Curtis, it's funny. You called up and it says here, Mark is a great comic. I want to tell him about it. And so you got on and you blasted him.
You know what? I really have to say, originally when you were kind of got on, and I'm thinking, I don't know, you shouldn't feel that way. I really like you. I thought you were really funny. But by the time this conversation went on, I'm thinking, man, you're losing it. You're really just so angry. I don't think you should be that way.
He's giving you insight into his life. What can you do?
Well, the weird thing
he's over it now.
It's interesting.
He's
like
telling you about his life.
He's trying to spin it like it's a sympathetic gesture that he just told me I was an asshole. It's like, no, I mean, I liked him. But look, I have to be honest with you. I mean, you can tell from my tone that the anger thing is not what it used to be. You know, I got to be honest in that, you know, when I started doing the podcast, and when you do comedy, all you want to be is relevant,
right?
And you want to, you want to be a great comic, and you want people to
absolutely
right. So, like up until I started that thing, you know, everything had crapped out, and I'd given up hope on a lot of stuff. And you know, when the podcast started to take off, like for the first time in my life, I felt some real self-esteem. Like, you know, finally I did
felt
something.
Good, and people were tuned into it.
I am not angry as angry as I used to, and the jealousy. It took a lot to turn that ship around, man.
I think it's very honest of you to talk about your jealousy of other comics. I find that refreshingly honest. Carter, you're on the air in New York.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Howard?
Okay.
I've been a fan of yours since '85, and Mark, it's Carter 𝗪𝗏. How you doing?
Carter, what's up, buddy?
You know this guy.
Listen, Howard, Mark has come a long way. I remember him in the mid-'90s. One time I was Mark, do you remember this? One time I was driving you and a bunch of comics somewhere in between sets, and all of you were talking about trying to get on Letterman or something.
Yeah.
And you guys were so angry, and I turned around and looked at you guys, and I went, aren't you guys supposed to be funny? Aren't you comics?
Welcome to our world.
Oh, my God. Anyway, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're doing so well, and I can't wait for your show to come out.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Long time. I haven't seen you in a long time. Let's hang out at some point.
There you go.
Well, great.
All right.
Got to hang out with that guy.
He's an artist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, anyway, listen, I wish you luck with the new show.
Thank you, man.
The book, Attempting Normal, is in stores now. That's a big deal for you, too.
It's exciting.
I feel things are going well.
Thanks.
And check out Mark Maron's podcast, available on iTunes at WTFpod.com.
Thanks, man.
And somewhere out there is a bitter, jealous comic who's jealous of you and your new show on IFC. One can only hope.
They can't say I didn't pay my dues.
That's right. Yeah, you've paid it.
Yeah.
Well, great to see you, Mark.
Good to see you.
We're going to take a break. We've been yentering it up for an hour now, so it's time to take a break. And I'm going to let Mark take a piece of candy from Gary's jar.
So this is the last time I'm doing the show. This is it.
No test here. And we'll be back right after these words. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
So Mark, prior to the interview, you mentioned, you've been listening to Howard for such a long time, but there was that fear of the unknown, going into his studio, looking him right in the face, and then having an interview. So how do you feel now that you've completed it?
It was great. He was completely charming, and the questions were good. The conversation was good. He wasn't wearing sunglasses. I could see his eyes. Like, I was very nervous about the sunglasses. They weren't on today, and I guess I lucked out. I don't know what determines whether or not he wears them. But it was great. I had a great time. It was a great conversation.
I felt like between Sam Kinison and sort of the same, issues with your parents, you guys were almost like kindred spirits.
It felt that. I felt a little bit, I felt connected, which I was happy, because I didn't know if that would happen, but I definitely felt, because I kind of, my brain kind of looks for that, to be connected, and I felt like we did. Did you? You feel like that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely picking that up, through, especially with the stuff with your parents.
Yeah, that was good right out of the gate. Yeah, I had a good time, man. It was great.
This is the Best of the Wrap-Up Show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The Best of the Wrap-Up Show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗻𝗿𝗱, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, Sal came in and talked about how he's attracted to Tan Mom, which we thought was odd. He also talked about how cats in the cradle makes him cry, and he cried. And then Benji talked about tasting his own semen, and Ronnie talked about it a little bit too. Very strange day on the wrap-up show. Here's how it went.
Sal's now joining us here. And Sal, you hit a lot of stuff this morning, ranging from your little crush you have on Tan Mom, which I thought was...
I wouldn't say it's a crush.
What would you call it?
Just a fetish.
What's a fetish? Like, what's the definition? Like, why? I mean, I don't even know what the definition is. Why do you... I noticed that in you. Like, you have this... You used to watch granny porn, which is not really like 90-year-olds. It's like 60-year-olds. But what is it in you? Did something weird happen in your life that sent you down this path?
I don't know. You know, when I was young, there was one person when I was younger, this woman... She would, like, tackle me down and, like, try to get down my pants. And
well, okay, slow down. How old were you when this would happen?
About 9.
And how old was she?
30.
Now, why was she trying to put her hands...
27,
why was a 30-year-old woman trying to put her hands down a 9-year-old's pants?
She just thought it was funny. She thought it would be fun. Like, let me see your wee-wee, and she would tackle me down, and she would do that. But as a child, I would get very upset. I would cry. And then I saw this lady, like, 15 years later... Actually, probably 20 years later at an event. And I went up to her and I said, hey, do you remember when you used to do that to me? And, you know, she got a little, like, red in the face. And I go, would you be willing to do that now? And she thought I was crazy. But I kind of like that I turned the tables on her and I put her in an odd predicament.
Because if she said yes, nothing would have happened.
No, I think something would have. I would have followed you. Because now, even though...
Experiment over.
The odd thing is that even though I was upset as a child, I now find it hot that she, you know what I mean, that she was going after my penis, which is kind of crazy.
But I think you find it, I think adult Sal finds it hot that she would do it to adult Sal. You don't think it's weird that she did that to a little kid and it might have fucked you up a little bit?
Yeah, that I think so. But it's technically, if that happened to me, I think I should be turned off by older women, but I'm not. I'm turned on by them. So when I see, like, Tan Mom, like... She's not necessarily attractive, but, like, neither is Mick Jagger, but there's something about them that women find attractive. You know, it's their essence, their charisma. She has, I'm turned on by wacky charisma, I guess, for lack of a better term. You know, her mouth's all crooked, she seems drunk or inebriated some of the times. You know, she's posing on a beach with her tits flopping out. To me, that it just says that, hey, this is a wild, crazy girl. I like that old, white, trashy woman that will kind of let you do whatever you want to her and get a kick out of it.
If you're attracted to wild, crazy, sort of off-kilter women, why'd you marry a beautiful girl?
Because I'm attracted to wild, crazy, off-kilter women for the moment. This is not somebody you want to drag home. Like, you know, like, look at porn stars. I mean, they're willing to stick wiffle ball bats up their ass. You don't want to walk down the aisle with them. Everything has their moment.
So these
you don't take the circus home with you. You go, you pay the ticket, and you get entertained.
So the crazy women are more your fantasy.
Fantasy, absolutely. So Tan Mom being loose on the beach, a vagina half hanging out, a tits out. It's like, wow, this you can have a lot of fun with this crazy broad, you know?
Let's talk about the Long Island psychic. Is it psychic or medium? I want to make sure I get it right.
It's the Long Island medium. 𝗫𝗏
L.I.M.
Medium.
The
Okay.
L.I.M.
All right, Sal, you've been pitching her hard for months now. In our writers' meetings, I know you believe, you think she... And you had told me about Westbury Music Fair, how you were like, wow, like you were a little skeptical, but after then you became a believer. That's fair to say?
It confirmed it. That I'm a believer. I was on the fence, and when I went to Westbury Music Fair with 3,000 people, the way she would pick out people. I know, if you make a generic comment, somebody died of a heart attack, 3,000 people, somebody's going to stand up. She specifically would point to people and then say how the person died.
But I want to ask you a question, and I'm not saying the Long Island psychic does this. In my mind, she's a psychic, okay?
Medium. She talks to the dead.
Medium. But why... say somebody else did this act, right?
Right.
Why wouldn't... What makes you so sure that there aren't plants in the audience?
There could be. There really could be. But I think that if she were to come on the air and she were to do some reads, or if you were to meet her personally, let's say your family members were to meet her personally, Gary, I think that possibly she would turn believers into some of us.
But wait a second. You said the second part, that she could make me a believer, but you didn't answer the first part.
Which is what?
You're just... It's a leap of faith for you to believe that it's all real.
No, I'm confident that it's real.
But now why? Why are you so confident?
Did you believe in psychics before? Or mediums?
I did. As a kid, I would always watch George Anderson, which was on Channel 6. It would follow Jackie's comedy show, and he would scribble on a pad. And I went to see him. Hello? I went to see him, and it didn't turn out that well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believed someone in John Edwards, and then I saw that whole special where, they were miking the audience, and then it turned me off. So I believe these people have somewhat of a gift, but I think that Teresa has the ability to really, she has an extraordinary gift where she's able to fine-tune it. And
don't all the psychics fine-tune it? Don't they all? When John Edwards had that show, didn't he know things that only he could know?
Yeah, I guess what makes her different than anybody else who is a psychic or medium?
I can't really put my finger on it. There's just something about her that I think is quite fascinating. And again, being that I saw her live at Westbury Music Fair and what she pulled off was just like, it's just one of those things. It's a phenomenon. You really can't explain it.
And Howard, Howard told you, no more Long Island Medium. She's not going to be on. We're done.
That I got. But I've always I listen to Howard. He's made me a believer in a lot of things. Like he's changed my point of view on certain things. But this is something where I'd like to do just the opposite. I'd like to make Howard a believer in possibly this.
See, but you're not interested in investigating whether what Howard's saying may or may not be true. You're so sure it's true. You want Howard to understand it.
I would love for Howard to say, "Wow, this." I don't have an explanation for this. I'd love to put Howard in that situation.
I didn't know that Cats in the Cradle was your Achilles heel there when it came to crying.
Being a father, 3 kids, it's a no-brainer.
Well, actually, it's not. I think that if I get to explain to you why...
Gary, you're not in my head. You can't explain
You're a good father. I think it's because you didn't have a great father. The song is sad to you.
It might be that, but I also think that whenever my son wants me to do something, the first thing that pops in my head is Cats in the Cradle. And I'm thinking I better do this because I don't want to be at a point in my life where I'm going to regret not sharing those special moments with my son.
Like someone you know really well.
Like my dad, right. That I get it. But I look at it's just a sad thing. The whole thing is
What
horrible.
specific part of the song gets to you?
At the end.
When the kid has no time for his dad?
Right.
When he's old and decrepit?
Right. I don't want to talk about it.
You would get emotional.
Because there would be nothing worse for a father to hear his son saying, I don't have time. It's just horrible. It's just horrible.
Wait, are you talking about the part where he says he grew up just like him and he makes that...
his father's... Right. And I never... I don't want to talk about it. It's just, there are some people you don't want to be like.
Hey, Sal, why don't you seriously, and obviously it gets too emotional, but why don't you sing the last few lines?
I'm not
trying to make a dickhead.
I don't get to the point.
Why don't you go through it?
I couldn't sing it.
Yes, it'll be fasting on the air, but why don't you go through it right now?
I can't sing it because I shut it off.
Well, don't sing it, just say it.
Have you ever listened to the entire song?
It's not trying to make you a dick.
Of course I have. And then when it gets to the end, it's just horrible.
Well, the end, he realizes that he's turned into his dad, even though he didn't want to be that.
My makeup's running.
But it always does. But do you think? You've gone out of your way to not be like your dad. So I don't understand why it would get to you there. Do you know what I mean? Like you're great with your kids, and you do take the time. So why would it tear you up?
I don't know. Just the thought that I think I have a fear that I might end up that way. Like I might do that.
Well, if you haven't already, you probably
won't.
I haven't. You probably won't. I just came up with a great game for the show. I think that Sal should be in one isolation booth, and I should be in the other one.
Who breaks first?
And we should play both the songs that make us cry and see who breaks first.
I think a lot of fathers feel that way about Cats in the Cradle.
Have you ever because like Gary's saying, you sort of said it's that a lot of people think it's more about what you went through as a kid. Have you ever talked to your dad about it at all?
No, there's no talk. That's not happening. Not happening at all. I went to a therapist, and he brought up all the father stuff, and you know what? I even bailed on therapy.
But why?
Because I just didn't want to go there. I felt like I was just digging into a barrel, and all the gunk was coming back up.
I think that's what they do, and then you're supposed to clean the barrel. And
yeah, I dumped the barrel and I threw it in the river.
Well, that's supposed to be healthy though, because you get it out and you confront it, and then you can kind of deal with it.
Right. I think I deal with it now. I get along great with my dad. I've forgiven my father, and that's it.
But here's the thing that's weird that a therapist have talked about. You've forgiven your father, but your father has no idea what you've forgiven him for.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Did it happen the first time you heard the song? Like at what point did it click in?
As my children got older and as I got more involved in their activities, like my son with football, my other son is a drummer, stuff like that, and when... That's primarily it. As my children are growing and as I'm with them and involved with them, now when the song comes on, it affects me.
When your dad sees what you do now, I mean, how successful you've become, I'm sure he's proud of you. He's told you that, right?
Yeah, he's definitely proud of me. There's been a little, backlash here and there. He was at a wedding and my cousin's a comedian, so he goes, Sal right now, he's in Las Vegas doing comedy. What are you doing? Like he says that to my cousin.
Right.
He goes, oh, yeah, your big shot son who just last